Oh crap. I haven't like set anything up. I'm working on it. Let's see who's first. Do 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 do. Bum. Hi Bug. Hi BB. How you guys doing? Hi Marcel. Wait, Berg still got first? Oh my god, you have like a noticeable lead on the leaderboard now. Holy shit. That is
Two?
impressive. New Nate angle? Wait, is it flipped? Hold on. I think I accidentally flipped it. Whoops. I think I accidentally flipped it. Hold on, one sec. Uh, hold on. Yeah, I literally accidentally flipped the camera. That's all that changed. There we go. Fixed it. Uh, I'm reading chat on my phone right now. Two? Better anyway. True. True. I do like my twos. I just have about a fortnight into Discord, click a link, wait for the page to load, and then hit first.
Yo.
I had to like process that for like 10 seconds. I had to really like think. I had to properly think that.
Yo.
Yeah, everyone get yours in. I want to make this a thing. But yeah, I don't really have anything to do today. There are a few games I want to play though. Did that 2 just arrive real late? It might have done. It has done that before a few times. I didn't even hear it, to be honest. But yeah, hope you guys are all having a good time. Lights are set up. That's good. You know, I got a new lamp. Ugh. My god, this thing's heavy. Oh, this doesn't look as heavy as it is, but this, like, the base of it is so heavy. Oh my god. The base of this lamp I got from IKEA. It's all set up, ready to go. But the base is really heavy. And the plan for it is I'm gonna put like a smart light bulb in it. And then I explained this a bit on stream last time. But here's the difference between my old lamp being on and off, okay? It's on now. Now it's off. That's a huge difference, right? If you heard that Windows notification there, that was me. Not you. But yeah, that's the difference. And so what I want to do is I want to let people with channel points change the color of that lamp as well. Because right now it's just like a regular LED lamp. It doesn't do different colors. It doesn't sync up to anything, you know. This beat is right, a sidle. But yeah, how you guys doing? What's up, Bananas? Anything new with you? What's up, BB? Anything new with you? Happy February, by the way. What are your guys' plans for this month? Things got a new queen, true. Congrats on, who is it? Philip? George? One of those. For coming out as trans. Is that what happens? If the King of England decides to be trans, do they become a queen? How does that work? Just can't stop thinking about yesterday. What happened yesterday? Should I be aware? Have you guys noticed anything different about the stream, by the way? Other than the camera being flipped? It's tricky. You're using NVIDIA eye contact? Oh, damn it. I was wondering how long it would take for people to realize. Yeah. Chat, I'm looking at my monitor right now. Isn't that fucking weird? Let me turn it off. Oh, wait, hold on. See the difference? Also, the color's slightly different. That's weird. Isn't that weird? Yeah, I've been using eye contact, so I've been looking at my phone. So let me read something. Oh god, I'm looking at my monitor. They're so fucking. Ah! I don't like how I look at all. Okay. Maynard's Bassett's One gums. Flute flavor gums. Ingredients: glucose syrup, sugar, starch, water, gelatin, acids, malic acid, acetic acid, colors, vegetable oils, flavorings, glazing agent. Was that weird? Yeah. I've turned it on for this scene. If I go to like the main scene, it's normal. But yeah. Oh god, I hate how I look. I'm looking directly into the camera. See, like right now, I'm looking at my monitor. It doesn't look that weird. Check this out, chat. If I come closer, check this out. Wait, hold on. I guess I have to look at the camera for this. Oh, isn't that weird? Oh god, that's so fucking strange. Ugh, I don't like it. I showed my family, my parents. They thought it was weird as well. If I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? I don't like how I look. I'm turning it off. I'm sorry. Oh, that's better. It's creepy, but it's really cool. Should I do like a side by side so you can see what it's actually like? Hold on. I'm accidentally moving all my overlays because I have so much shit in OBS. What's this? Oh, that's a picture of my room. God, that's been there for genuinely months. Forgot about that. God, the camera's slightly moved since then. Let's see. Okay, so can I move this? No, I'm dragging something else. There we go. And then the connect, I'll just put it like over here. I'm moving things and I don't know what they are. I hate OBS organization. It's actually horrible. Alright, so on the left is Nvidia, and on the right is like my actual face cam. Isn't it weird? Ugh. It's so creepy. It also, like, if I close my eyes too much, it doesn't quite get it. And it doesn't know where to make my eyes look. It feels like you're judging me. We're judging you. And then, like, if you turn to the side too much, it just kind of gives up. And then if I do this. I don't like that. Oh, that's so fucking weird. Oh, I haven't done the tweet. I need to tweet that I'm live. Dude, I've actually, like, I've not streamed pretty much all week so far, so I've got stuff to talk about. Hi, Badger. Let's see. I'm just gonna tweet the word live and then the link. Fuck it. Don't care, Elon. You gotta tell me like 2 minutes before you go live. I can't. That's cheating. I can't do that. Do you like my twin cousin over there? Wait, that's not how that works. Nintendo Direct next week, please. Yes. It's usually around February, right? God, I don't like how I look there. I gotta turn this shit off. It's so weird. Also, why are the colors nicer on Nvidia? I don't like that. It also does background replacement, background blur. Let's see what background blur looks like. Oh yeah, that's alright. Pretty solid. Doesn't really know what to do with the mic, but honestly it does pretty well. Look at that. Kind of just moves up when I put my hand near it. That's actually pretty solid, look at that. That's really good, well done. What else can I do? Auto frame? Oh, does it just move around? Yeah, okay, that's basic. I've been doing that for years. What else can I do? Video noise removal? I mean, there isn't much in the first place. Let me turn my lights off. Oh, yeah, you can see it's kind of trying. Oh, wow. Interesting. That's not bad. I look different colored, though. God, I look so creepy with all the lights off. I could have just used the channel point with D, but here we are. It looks very unnatural. What does? Like the blur? It's good for meetings, but for streams, I don't know, maybe a bigger sample size, but so far it's not for me. Yeah. Low quality nightmares for your second monitor. Hi Rainbow Cap, I've not heard from you in a while. How you been? This one's called Vignette. Oh, yep, that's a vignette. Don't know why I need that in NVIDIA Broadcast. I could just do that. Oh, it's a face tracking version. Oh, interesting. It makes my face light up, but nothing else. Interesting. And I can adjust like the strength. Interesting. Not really understanding how useful that's going to be. Background removal. Oh, here we go. Now we can properly see. It doesn't know what to do with my fingers when there's motion blur, but honestly, that's fair enough. Interesting. I could play with this all day, man. I'm surprised I've only just started playing with NVIDIA Broadcast. Hi, Fraud. I'm looking for quality content. Is this where I can find it? No, you're in the wrong place again, Fraud. I'm sorry. Being doing life, you know? Yeah, me too. Holy shit, we have so much in common. Have we tried the eye effect? Yeah, we just did. Let me turn it on again. Oh, what's happening? Tom! Thank you.
I'm seeing double. It's for Naz.
For Naz? Shout out to the Stanley Parable narrator that just read that donate message. That sub message. Thank you, Tom, for the resub. 18 months. Holy shit. That's like a year and a half? Yeah. You should have a new badge, shouldn't you? Yeah, 1.5. You've got the golden mushroom. Fuck yeah. Dude, let me turn the eye thing on now that you guys are here. Oh, it's still on. It never turned off. That's 2 Twitch babies. Don't say that, Tom. That's so cringe when you say that. Ugh. How you been there, man? Another golden mushroom. Let's go. Have you seen Fate? I think Fate is like my longest sub because he gave me his prime before he even before like I even streamed. Years before I started streaming. Like as soon as I got affiliate, he started priming. What a guy, honestly. Shout out to Fate. Love that ginger guy. Yeah, big life update, my guy. I signed up for the gym yesterday. Oh shit. Tom Jimmock. Huge. That's actually massive. God, I can't look at the top left of the stream right now. Ugh. Ew, that's so weird. I can't take it. Ugh. I don't like that at all. I'm going into town to get stuff at the weekend, then I can't wait. Nice. Nice. Are you trying to like get buff, or do you have any goals, or just want to work out, or any end targets? I had some Discord issues, so I made a new account for Discord. Really? What happened to your old account? Did you get banned? Oh. This happens all the time with these coasters. Bananas, I just saw what you put in the Discord. Honestly, I'm sure there's worse pictures than me you could have shown today. You got hacked? Oh no. Don't install those programs or anything, you know. Have I missed anything in chat? I wonder if AI will be used to mask out things like Mike's live. What do you mean by live? Like on TV shows? Basically lose a shitload of weight before my brother gets married next year. Oh shit. Also, is this what your stream would look like if I watched you in VR? Put your Oculus Rifts on, chat. Give it a go. I know a way to find out. I wonder if 3D streams will ever be a thing. I know we're long past the years of like 3D TVs and stuff, but what if I got like 2 identical cameras and then put them next to each other and then turns that into something you can like install on your 3DS, for example? Wouldn't that be cool? AI Seinfeld stream is a thing? Yeah, I've had it open like all day. It's so weird. Chat, there's a channel called I think it's called Watch Forever. Let me show you. And it's Nothing Forever. That's the one. And it's like they fed Seinfeld to an AI, and it generates new shows.
A ridiculous idea, but I guess it could come in handy for those who love their roller skates to stay shiny.
And the chat loves it. That's my favorite part. Twitch chat absolutely loves it. I love how into it the chat is.
Well, I think that the most surprising conversation comes about when you least expect it.
You're absolutely right. Like when someone says something off the cuff and makes everyone in the room do a double take.
I know. Sometimes, it's almost like the conversation takes a life of its own. That's when it gets interesting.
True. Oh my god.
I know, like suddenly the conversation can
Oh
turn
my god,
from
they're
one
throwing
topic to
microwaves in
something
the chat.
totally unexpected.
Yeah, and you never quite know how it's going to end up. That's
So
what makes it
relatable.
so exciting.
Like a Twitch stream?
Absolutely.
I mean, Twitch
And
streams
when
are
it's
best
over,
when they're
you
kind of
just feel
scuffed,
like
right?
you've been taken on a journey.
That is the longest cock in the chat.
Yeah, and oftentimes, it's an entertaining one.
No doubt about that.
God, it's so pixely. I can't even recognize anything, but I like the art style of the animation. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on with AI generated Seinfeld.
Hi everyone. So I heard a joke the other day about an accountant and it made me think, why does an accountant always have so much time on their hands?
Because they wear watches.
Because they're number crunchers.
True. Holy shit.
Alright, so here's another one. Why don't ducks tell jokes?
Why are they laughing at me?
Because they quack up.
Oh, okay, that's actually
Get it?
good. Good one.
Alright, one more. What do you call an accountant who's always on the phone? A number dialer. Boom!
Boom.
Alright, that's all for tonight, folks. Thank you.
Drake?
Thanks for coming out to my show, everyone.
Hey, no
I
problem.
had a great time, and hope you did too. Bye! Have a good night.
That
Waves
bye was very
goodbye and
loud.
leaves the stage.
Waves goodbye and leaves the stage. Still finding Seinfeld's actual stand-up. I've never seen an episode of Seinfeld. Is this... Am I missing out? Am I missing out? So, there's a few things I've wanted to stream lately. I want to stream on Minecraft. Or like any Minecraft. I've not actually streamed Minecraft in ages. Genuinely ages. And there's a few other things I wanted to do as well. AI Nath? I would love to see AI Nath. The closest we've got is there's a program called Descript where if you just talk into a microphone and then record it, like give it a recording of your voice, it'll turn your voice into a TTS. But there's a free limitation where like some words are just like randomly put in. So I made it rap. What is it? Rap God by Eminem. That was good. That's a video on the YouTube channel if you want to see it. But no, I would love to see like if you would feed an AI like all of my streams, what would happen? What would come out of it? That would be funny. I can't talk and do things on my PC at the same time. It's one or the other. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the Nvidia thing now. It's driving me bonkers. I can't look at it anymore. Is it that one? There we go. Thank God, back to normal, huh? That's better. Just need to regrind those levels of 95. I don't think you had much in the first place, by the way. I don't know how much, but I don't think you were that active, right? Yeah, I staring at something. I couldn't take it. I really couldn't. So there's a few videos I wanted to watch that I've been literally saving for streams as well. So I'm gonna put those on. I saw that Mr. Who's the Boss did a video on every handheld ever. Every Nintendo handheld. So of course I
I
have to
just
watch
bought
this.
every single Nintendo handheld ever. And while we've seen PlayStation home consoles, we've
Why
seen
is that's not
Nintendo
HD?
home consoles. This is
Hi, Alan.
by far the craziest evolution ever on the channel. Because it begins all the way back in 1980, when Nintendo dropped their very first handheld game console.
Is that
Game
new
Watch.
condition?
It's
That
hard to
can't
believe
be.
this is from over 40 years ago. A time where there was no Nintendo Wii, there was no Xbox.
No, don't remind me of a time when there was no Wii. Watch it on your Wii, I could. I do have the Wii U next to me, and it does do YouTube.
There was no PlayStation. For a lot of people, this Game & Watch was the very start of what would become modern day gaming. And the whole thing started just because one day, Nintendo's head of research and development, Gunpei Yokoi, saw a bored businessman who resorted to playing with his calculator on a bullet train in Japan, and suddenly had a genius idea. A portable device that could both play a proper game and also tell you the time. Or, very literally, a game and watch.
Right. It definitely feels
Whoa.
a little disposable in terms of the materials. Okay, so you click Game A. Oh my god, and we're off. There is no boot up time here at all. So the aim of the game
I
is
would
you've
love to know how much you paid.
got to catch as many of these balls as possible without dropping any. It's phenomenal that early games used to play at like 2 frames per second. The entire objective is just to get as high a score as possible, but this is fun. The buttons are slightly mushy feeling. They're not super precise like modern day controllers. I can't believe this is like the origin of modern gaming in my hands right now.
The console was inspired by a calculator in more ways than one. It uses the same LCD technology for the screen, its 4-bit processor is not much more powerful than one, and
They're $50 at Walmart. Well, no, those are like the new ones they came out with, like USB-C and like for color screens, right? This is a real, you know, like from the 80s, 1980. At least I'd hope. It looks like it. Look how gross the buttons are. I hate how detailed I can see his thumb. Ugh.
because they've had to draw on this
Did
screen,
it?
its 4-bit processor
Oh.
in more ways than one. It uses the same LCD technology
Didn't even notice that.
for the screen, its 4-bit processor is not much more powerful than one, and because they've had to draw on this screen overlay to add detail,
I'm telling you, this was not $50.
each Game & Watch console can only play one game. So this one here is Ball, which is the very first one they made.
Ah, yes, I love playing Ball. Oh, yeah, here's the new one.
But there was also Octopus, where
Oh no, that's not the new one. It looks like the new one.
you had to collect gold while avoiding the deadly creature. They even made dual screen ones like Donkey Kong,
Yo, that's cool as hell.
which might remind you of a certain other console. And because
We'll get onto
Nintendo
that.
didn't compromise on the quality of the games themselves, many people found themselves buying not just one or two, but anywhere up to the, no joke, 60 different Game & Watch consoles that Nintendo ended up making.
Oh, they
pushing
didn't
the
have
total
cartridges,
sales
did
figure
they?
count up to 43 million. But
That's
by
a
the
lot of
time they came
plastic
around to
waste, if
Nintendo's
you
next
think about it.
generation handheld in 1989, the Game Boy, they had so much more power to work with that they could do the previously impossible. This is the first time we started to see significant accessories in the box, tons of tutorials, which I guess developers of nowadays just got smarter at integrating gradually into the games themselves. Oh, free Tetris! Man, I used to have so many of these game cases back in the day. You get earphones, which look pretty cheap and cheap.
Yo, those look sick. I'd wear those.
Link cable, which is how you would play
That's an HDMI cable.
multiplayer games, and then the Game Boy itself. Now, while it's very hard to exactly compare the power of these two consoles, because, you know, the Game Boy is a proper video game console that's rendering real graphics and outputting them to its LCD display, whereas the Game & Watch was just basically lighting up pre-drawn segments
Yeah,
on the
dang
screen.
pause.
Just to give you an idea, the 8-bit processor in the Game Boy is very approximately 40 times more powerful. And this extra power means that it can run games at up to, no joke, 60 frames per second in not just one color, but 4 different shades of grey, which would help developers build objects with texture and depth.
Okay, so you turn
We
it
need
on
Dan
the
Post to
console.
test some of
Oh my
Scarlet
God,
Fire,
everything
true.
moves so slowly.
Oh, I have
Listen
one.
to the quality of the audio. That's
I
the
forgot.
Zelda tune.
And I
in
got
the
me one
most
for Christmas.
retro way that I've ever heard it. And then you got a contrast
came with
slider
Wario
on the
Land.
side, which
No,
allows you
Wario
to kind of
Blast. My
tweak
bad.
it for the environment you're viewing it in. I'm getting like palpitations right now. The things that a song can do to a grown man. It's really
Featuring
hard
Bomberman,
to
I
see
didn't know
exactly
that.
what's
Oh.
happening on this. The brightness is so low. Kind of have to tilt it at just
I
the
want,
right angle. But when you do that, this is miles ahead of what the
Tetris
Game
on
& Watch
here.
could do.
So
the buttons
bad.
have a little bit more of a springiness to them. I guess what strikes me the most about this is the potential scope of the games. You know when you're lighting up like pre-drawn sections on an LCD screen, that's all that's ever going to be. But it suddenly feels like the possibilities are limitless. You could live out your wildest fantasies. You could have any adventure that you could think of on this console. And it's kind of beautiful.
But none of this was the most revolutionary part of the Game Boy. What truly promoted this console to legendary status, the reason why even now the term Game Boy is still practically just shorthand for games device, for a lot of confused but well-meaning parents, is that this was the device that popularized the interchangeable cartridge.
Yeah.
You literally pull one game out, and you stick a new one in. And this seemingly simple feat on its own meant that this one console had more capability than the entire collection of 60 different Game & Watches. The
That's
only
crazy.
thing
I didn't know you didn't like. I never thought. I kind of knew,
had
but I
more
didn't think
capability
that you
than the
would
entire
need a whole new Game & Watch just to play that again. Like play a different game. That's crazy. I like how they didn't take actual different pictures of Game Watches. They just took the same one and recolored each one. Well played.
collection of 60 different Game & Watches. The only thing the Game Boy was missing is color, which is why 9 years later, Nintendo knew exactly what they needed to do. They released a hardware revision so massive that most people consider it a separate console entirely. This is the Game Boy Color. It's probably also where Nintendo peaked when it comes to the volume of manuals. It's like an encyclopedia.
I never knew the Game & Watch existed. I assume I wasn't poor enough to know. Yeah, I mean, this is long before my time. But yeah, I keep forgetting about it. Obviously, it's like the first staple, but I never think about, oh yeah, the Game & Watch. There's not really any reason for it to exist, because the Game Boy had so many good games. And they're all
inside
separate
this box,
color,
and
you
then
know,
the
consoles.
console. The Game Boy Color was basically the Game Boy of the future.
It would be nice to own a bunch of Game Boys, but I'm going to focus on DSs for now. I think Game Boys are cheaper though.
It was the first console that I ever got as a kid, and I remember pining over this thing for years, literally drooling as I walked past it.
Yo, CEX. That's me. What they got? They got some DSs. That's a game controller. Looks like a Switch Pro controller. That's an Xbox One controller. Nice. This is me every time I go into my local like city center. Chat. I don't know if there's any American equivalent, but in the UK there's a chain of stores called CEX. They pronounce it sex. I'm not calling it that. And it's just a bunch of like used gaming hardware. Like they have a gamepad down here. That looks like a PS5, but it's way too small. I don't know what the hell that thing is. But you can just go in and you can trade in a console. That's a Switch Lite down there. They don't really have that good value, but you can sell them your consoles and you can buy old ones as well. And they're all across the country. The DS can play Game Boy. The DS can play Game Boy Advance. Don't forget that. Different. They use different cartridges. I know about the Game & Watch for a while. I remember the Club Nintendo one. Oh yeah. And the Game & Watch appeared on Splatoon? Did it? Oh. Maybe I forgot that. I love gay sex. Let's fucking go. We have a bunch of shitty stores like that in America as well, but they're not. They're all like the same thing, right? I know. What's the American GameStop? GameStop has like a thing where you can buy and sell, right? But I heard it's like the value for GameStop is dog shit. Yeah, GameStop. I sold a ton of my old school games to play them and pay my divorce attorney. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that'd be better too. When I moved house in 2018, I was 17, and I was a dumbass, and I threw away a bunch of my old games, like for the Wii, the DS. Some of them I grew up with, and I was just like, what? I'm not gonna need these anymore. Big mistake. Huge mistake. And I don't know why, because I could have taken them, I just decided to trash them. Stupid me, huh? But now I'm not gonna throw anything away ever. Like, any packaging for any device I know I'm gonna hold on to, I'm keeping for as long as I can. And now I have like a shelf full of all the shit I've accumulated, like boxes for game controllers and a couple copies of Mario Kart Wii, boxes for DSs, a boxed Wii, a boxed Wii U, loads of shit up there. If you want to see it, I can show it. Do you want to see it? It's probably because it's in the DLC. Oh. Splatoon 1 had DLC, or are you talking about Splatoon 2? I don't remember having DLC in Splatoon 1. GameStop hates people who play video games almost as much as Nintendo does, yeah, honestly.
In store cabinets up until
Splatoon 2, oh, yeah.
the day it happened. And that's because, compared to the Game Boy, this thing is more compact in every dimension.
Damn, it's got a bit of an ass though, look at that. Jeez.
Barely half the weight,
Yeah,
but somehow
hi Rhino, I love me a sex.
with 2 times the CPU power and 3 times the RAM, which all makes it about 80 times more powerful than the original Game
I love
Boy.
going to CEXs. If I go to like a town or a city and it has a CEX there, I'll always go in. I went to see a friend at university. Where was it? Derby. I don't know how to pronounce it. but it was like right in the middle of the country. And he was like at uni accommodation, so I traveled all the way to see him. And we went to like his local shopping center, and there was a CEX in there, so we went straight in. It was great. And that was just before COVID. That was March 2020, literally days before the COVID lockdown started. Isn't that crazy? I watched this vid. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I've been saving it for streams. I love Mr. Who's the Boss and his content, and I've been saving this for streams because I keep forgetting to watch it.
I can feel my nostalgia meter rising. It's a little bit rattly as a piece
my
of
nose is
hardware,
so
but
itchy
when I was a
right
kid, this was the
It's pronounced Derby? Okay, I'll try and remember that.
sexiest piece
Thank
of tech
you.
that you could own. It's actually insane the difference that the gift of color can make. It's almost like I've just unlocked a whole other sense. It's not very often that a gaming console gets to do that. Plus, Nintendo has mastered the buttons this time round. The D-pad is kind of soft and quiet, but then the A and B buttons are responsive and snappy. I have a whole other appreciation for the Game Boy Color now. This is insane.
While there are some exclusive games that do take advantage of the extra power the Color has, it largely plays basically the exact same library of games as the Game Boy, with the extra power being used to either add some color shading to original Game Boy games that were designed without color, or for the Color exclusive games, render them in up to 56 different colors at any one time.
Oh, I didn't know it had more power, the color. Makes sense. And then it's the light after this,
And then
right?
the cherry on top for the Game Boys was that they were also basically uncontested. Like, there were other handhelds, the Atari Lynx, the Neo Geo Pocket, the
Well, that looks cool. That's not the Neo Geo Pocket, though, is it? It says SNK at the bottom. I hate this man. What's wrong with what's wrong with fucking, what's his name? Aaron. Alright, good night. I'm falling asleep in my chair. Bye, Bug. Sleep tight. Get some rest. You need it. Hi, Harry. The Nintendo handheld consoles I have had are Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, DS Lite, and Switch. Oh god, you want me to name all the ones I've had? I mean, looking at them now, I can see most of them. I mean, growing up, I had the DS Lite. Yo, Harry, thanks for the Prime. 30 months as well. Thank you. I had the DS Lite, then the DSi XL, then the 3DS, and then the Switch. And that's all the handhelds. If you want to include the consoles, it was DS Lite, Wii. No, well, I had a Game Boy SP when I was really young, but I didn't know how to play it, but it doesn't count. DS Lite, Wii, DSi XL. I'm trying to think of the order. 3DS, Xbox 360 just before 3DS, Wii U, Switch, and now I just play on PC. You never had a Game Boy? No. I did have a Game Boy SP when I was like 4 or 5, and I played Finding Nemo on it. And I couldn't work out how to play it. That's how young I was. Game and Eighth took a while to kick in. Imagine me able to fall asleep in a chair, fall to the floor. Bernard, I can't believe you're still on that ball. I can't. I respect it, but God, I feel awful. If I could, I'd buy you like a cheap chair, even like a one of those cheap like foldable ones that you get in like convention centers or something. A whole sleeve of cheese crackers is missing. I ate them all. What the fuck? You are tired. Yeah, you got to sleep, Bug. I don't need one of these cheap chairs. Why not? It'd be funny and more comfortable, and it won't fuck your back in. Does it actually break my back? How?
whatever.
Surely having to balance without any backrest for hours and hours and hours would fuck your back more. Surely.
That is. But none of them had this magic combo of color display, interchangeable games, and, well, Pokemon, which led these consoles to take the world by storm, selling a total of 119.
That must have been like the golden era of
Just so
Pokemon,
many
surely.
units
Just the
that by the time it
Game
came around to
Boys.
the next console, there was a lot of genuine excitement for it. So, Nintendo did what anyone would do in their situation.
Now, growing up, I have a half brother, same mother, different father, and he's way older than me. So when I was like young and I was just kind of running around rooting through cupboards, I found this when I was like 5 or 6 probably. I didn't really play it much because I didn't know how it worked, but I was like, huh, cool.
the core Game Boy
Golden Era Pokemon when they had presentable visuals, yeah.
DNA for their next Game Boy Advance, but they also made sure
Yeah, Bananas has a yoga ball as a chair.
that everything else about this
I
just
respect it.
screamed, I am a true next-gen monster, apart from the fact that they're still wrapping their consoles like a bag of crisps. Now,
They still
unlike
do.
the Game Boy Color, which was kind of like a halfway upgrade, the Advance was built from the ground up as a true successor. And what really strikes me about it is just how much of a shock
Did I just hear that?
it was built from the ground up as a true successor. And what really strikes me about it is
Chad, did you hear what I just heard? They played a strike sound from Wii Sports when he said, what strikes me about it? Listen.
great. The Advance was built from the ground up as a true successor. And what really strikes me about it is just how much of a shocking
So stupid.
generous offering it is. For starters, it comes with not one, but 2 CPUs. One next generation
Oh,
ARM
really?
processor to play proper meaty GBA games, but then also a last gen chip, which is added just to make the console completely backwards compatible with both Game Boy Color and original Game Boy games.
What? I had no idea it was back compat. That's huge. Yeah, the editing is ridiculous on these videos. I feel spoiled whenever I watch it. This man is not to be trusted. What's wrong with him? The order of my consoles were Game Boy, PS1. Okay. Game Boy Advanced. Okay. GameCube, PS2, Xbox, DS Lite, Wii, Xbox 360, PSP. God, so you had pretty much everything except like a PS. You had like one from multiple generations. Damn, Ronnie. Do you have like siblings that are into gaming? Because that would make more sense. The original DS and DS Lite also had 2 CPUs for backwards compatibility. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. How did you not know it was backwards compatible? I've never owned a Game Boy up until Christmas when Anna got me the original Game Boy.
I know it looks
I'm too
completely
young.
ridiculous, but who does that? And there's more. The Game Boy Advance added 2 shoulder buttons, expanding the possibilities.
I
for
didn't know
game
that either.
complexity.
You know, and I've held one.
The fact that it's also ballooned in width makes it, well, nicer to grip with 2 hands.
True.
And it somehow did all of that while being cheaper than the original Game Boy, launching
Really?
at around $170 in today's money versus $217.
Right.
Did not know that.
It's definitely a meaner looking
You never mentioned it, but when I did see your Game Boy on your desk when I was there, yeah, it's been up there since Christmas.
piece of tech than the Game Boy
I
Color.
once had a dream where I was in a treehouse, and these kids had an Xbox 360, a GameCube, a PS2, and a Wii kiosk. Had my dream developed a little more, they might have had a Dreamcast and a PS3. Dude, a Wii kiosk would be so sick to own when I have like my own place. But where the hell do you buy that? I would love to start on eBay, but it doxes me. I had a Game Boy and I'm 24. When I was born, the original Game Boy was 9 years old. Did you have any like siblings though? Because that would make sense. But if you were just getting Game Boys, like I don't know, 15 years after it came out or whatever, that'd be ridiculous.
It inspires confidence in its power. This is going to be a very
Like, did
memorable
you just decide you wanted a Game Boy growing up and they had to look and buy like a used one, or how does that work?
startup screen.
Oh, I remember that. Ding.
So many hours, so many days, so many years I've spent listening to that. Oh, there's so much more motion going on. His hair actually bobbles as I'm walking around with him. They've also managed to add some of the UI that was previously buried away in menus on screen in the corner there, which is just a very simple quality of life improvement you can now do because of this extra space on the screen. You can feel the further refinement of the controls here as well. They've noticeably tightened up the D-pad. It doesn't feel mushy anymore. It actually feels quite nimble and reactive. Yeah, and the other thing you can notice is the amount of different shades of color available. Like just within this one frame, there's like 45 different shades of green, and it really adds to the detail of individual objects. Excuse the pun, but this does feel way more advanced. It's so weird that I'm absolutely gushing over 20-year-old technology, but
And this year, we're gonna get that for the Switch. Am I right, lads? Switch Pro, are we ready? Is this gonna be the year? Yes or no, chat? Are we getting a Switch Pro this year? It's been 6 years, or will be 6 years since the Switch came out? No? God, the rumors have been going for years. Maybe next year. I think it might be too early still.
this is what happens when you start from the beginning and work your way forward. You get to
Why not?
appreciate decades of progression happening in like 10 minutes.
Only problem was, because the display wasn't backlit, we went to great lengths to try and make sure
Yo,
we could still see
America.
the thing at night. Which brings us to the Game Boy Advance SP, where Nintendo fixed that problem. I'm just
Honestly, the Game Boy Advance SP looks so cool. By far, probably the coolest one. It's just so sick. And it has the backlight, it's got everything you need.
Yo.
It's foldable. Switch Pro will never exist. Betting will be teased at SGF. What's SGF? Sam's girlfriend. We do not say E3 because E3 is dead. 07 for E3 being dead, by the way. E4 is already taken. True. Summer Games Fest? No. Nintendo would never do a console launch on their own, like on someone else's stream or someone else's platform. Not after E3. You can mark my words. If I'm wrong, clip this and send it to me. Nintendo will never announce a console or do a massive announcement on anywhere that isn't a direct or something that they host themselves. You know what Nintendo's like, right? They want to control the entirety of how their shit is presented. They don't want to be part of E3 anymore because they don't have to be. They know how to make directs now, so it's just going to be a direct. I preferred the Game Boy Advance design to the Advance SP. The only thing the SP had was the backlit screen. Did the Advance not have the backlight? Oh yeah, because he had the little LED in the previous shot. Yeah, that makes sense. God. Can I hear myself? I think my Google Home is playing my stream back to me with sound on. Go show the next season for Splatoon 3 and the new Zelda game. Yeah, we need a new direct on the Zelda game as well.
Night. Which brings us to the Game Boy Advance SP, where Nintendo fixed that problem. I'm just remembering how quickly my smugness when I had the Game Boy Advance turned to jealousy when my brother got one of these bad boys. Because honestly, this was the most stylish way to play Game Boy Advance games.
Yeah, I heard about that.
The SP was colourful, fully rechargeable for the first time ever. It had a backlit display that you didn't have to worry about, and it was foldable, which was not just awesome, but it also gave you a more natural angle to see your games from.
And Samsung has only just caught up.
Considering that this was just a refresh and not even a new platform in of itself, the SP sold phenomenally well. Actually, embarrassingly, slightly more than the normal GBA. I guess the design and the quality of life improvements here just allowed it to hit a market that the original didn't, which pushed the overall sales of the platform to 82 million. But it's really the Nintendo DS where things properly started to kick off for this company. Oh, by the way, side note, pay attention to just how much hardware is being pumped out by them at this point. The DS came just 1 year after the GBA SP, which came just 2 years after the GBA. There is a lot of progression happening very quickly. And this is also by far the company's most premium unboxing experience. You've got manuals, the full Super Mario 64 DS game, I guess Nintendo's way of shifting units fast from the very beginning, a charger, because at this point it's just a given that every handheld will have rechargeable batteries, 2 more games, as this is the VIP launch pack, even a spare stylus in case, I don't know, your kid accidentally ingests your first one. Ooh, something about this clean metal and black look, it makes this feel quite futuristic compared.
Honestly, yeah, it is. It does feel very futuristic. I've never, up until I collected mine, I never like actually properly owned an original fat DS. But this thing is like thick, it's chunky, it's relatively heavy. It feels like a proper gaming machine, especially for the time. Holy shit. This thing feels like it's, I'm gonna play some serious games on it. You know? If Direct is next week, I'll gift a sub. Huge. I don't know why it feels like the Switch is the new system, even though we're now further into the Switch's life than we were with the Wii with the Wii U's when the Switch came out. But yeah, they wanted to get away from the Wii U as quickly as possible. They couldn't go any more, any more Christmases with nothing to sell, could they? Holy shit, the black DS box. The DS nearly overtook the PS2 as the most sold console. It was just beaten by 2 mil. Oh my god, that's close. I should have just hired 2 million people to buy a DS. The kids who had the fat DS models were not to be trusted. Yeah, my friend Steven had one. He had he played Nintendogs on his. But no, I never had these. I never had this when I was a young boy. The DS Lite was the first one I had. I've explained this story before, but I guess I'll do it again. The way I found out about the DS literally even existing was I was at a party, a family party, like I don't know, it was my aunt's birthday or something, and my cousins were there. They were about the same age as me, maybe a bit older, and both of them had DS Lites, and they were like, Nathan, check this. And so, like, one of them handed me their DS, and another one wrote a message on theirs, and then they sent over to mine. I was like, whoa, you could text me through a DS? So I sent one back, and we started making drawings and all this stuff. And it was amazing. And then they were like, okay, check this out. And they showed me Mario Kart DS. And I think that might have been my first ever time playing Mario Kart. and they showed me like how download play works. I was Shy Guy. It was great. It was so good. And then from then on, I was like, Dad, can I have one of these for Christmas? And then I got one. Oh, yeah, good times. I think baked potatoes are underrated. True, Mega Donkey. Don't, dude. Mario Kart DS was my first Mario Kart. I think mine was too. I think I played DS for a couple years, and then I got Wii, and then that's when it really went. Yeah.
Compared to where we've just come from. Now, if we read between the lines of this packaging, when a company gives you this much stuff for free, the reason why is because they're not confident that it's going to sell well. It's them trying to treat people at the start of its launch cycle, making sure they have absolutely everything they could possibly want, and that the reviews are as good as possible. And you can see why. The term DS stands for dual screen, and this whole concept was a bit of a shock when it was first revealed. I mean, if you asked Game Boy Advance users what they wanted to see on their next console, I can't imagine more screens was very high on their list. And given that the closest looking console so far to this was those funky Game & Watches that were no more than toys in these days, it was very easy to see the DS's design as a useless gimmick. So what was Nintendo thinking? Why didn't they just play it safe and release another Game Boy? Well, Nintendo foresaw that the touchscreen was about to become a huge part of how people interacted with their devices. They realized, ahead of even the very first iPhone, that having touchscreen controls offered a level of intuitiveness that anyone could understand, broadening the appeal far beyond.
Oh my god, she is like poking that phone hard.
Mashing gamer. And when they followed up this hardware with broadening the appeal far
Look at that,
beyond
how come
the
she's
traditional
wobbling on her other hand?
gamer. And when they followed up this hardware with games that actually took advantage of it, like Nintendogs that let you interact with these adorable puppies, and Dr. Kawashima's Brain Training, which tested your entire family's reflexes and mental math, it genuinely did find itself in the hands of many first-time console owners. But what
Beautiful, beautiful generation. I love this generation of like this era of Nintendo, like the 2000s, because it got so many people involved, and it kind of turned gaming from this underground thing that just teens play to everyone plays this shit, you know? Everyone can hold the Wii remote and swing it and play bowling, you know? Good shit. It literally shook up the industry. Brain Training into Wii Sports, beautiful. My only experience with DS Lites is seeing other people's at school. Oh my god. I think I had the DS Lite, and then my friends started getting the DS IXL, and they started playing like Pokemon. I never got into Pokemon, but I feel like I'd be a different person if I did at the time. I have the black DS Lite. I still have mine somewhere, but the hinge is broken, so it's pretty floppy. No! The same thing happened to my DS IXL. I took it on a flight, and then I think in the bag somehow, it must have like been dropped or something, and a teeny tiny little plastic bit of plastic got chipped off, and then it like doesn't stay open at an angle anymore. It just flops, and it's either open or it's closed, you know?
But what really sealed the Nintendo DS's fate was that they managed to do this while not just appealing to casuals. Just like their last console, the DS was equipped with a whole separate CPU just to be able to play previous gen.
What happened to his screen? He's fucked the screen already. Huh? He just unboxed that shit for the first time.
Games, and even a completely separate slot to be able to insert them into, which, because the Game Boy Advance lifecycle was so
Did he buy a broken DS?
short, this console was many people's first chance to experience those games too. But then also, when it came to the
That's not normal. Aaron, bro, you gotta get a refund on that shit. You just unboxed a brand new DS Lite, and that's what it looks like? Nah, that ain't right. That ain't right. I don't know how mine broke. No plastic fell out or broke. Really? Weird. Maybe something happened on the inside then, like hidden. I have a DS Lite that I got for my sister a couple years ago, but I don't use it because the bottom screen is funky. Yeah, I've seen a lot of these. Wait, there's a bit of plastic chipped off here as well. What the hell is this DS Lite, bro? This must just be his, that he bought himself. If he bought this himself. What the fuck? Sometimes the cartridge slot doesn't recognize the games. Classic, yeah.
next-gen DS games, the new processor in this was blindingly fast. Between
A good way to tell if a DS Lite is like an original DS
into the
is used
next-gen DS games, the new processor
is
in
if the
this
back
was
is fucked. Because I bought 2 DS Lites and all of them have like fucked up backs. The back shell, like this part, has dents. Usually along these lines, it has like dents and dings and scratches all over somehow. All the ones on eBay do too. When I mean funky, I mean it when greenish and fuzzy. Oh.
Blindingly fast. Between 5 and 10 times
Oh dear.
faster in terms of raw number crunching, putting us already 3,200 times
Fucking
more
hell.
capable than the Game & Watch. But an even bigger jump in the sense that this was really the first time that you could even think about playing proper 3D games on the go. And the fact that this thing has 125 times the amount of RAM as the GBA allowed you to have a full home system too.
That sounds like a lot, but it's gonna be like 5 megabytes.
This is such an iconic piece of kit. Many, many, many good times were had on this machine right here. I also remember the fact that it folded was a very cool feature back then. Although, while the hinge does feel pretty solid now, for anyone who's used one of these for 7 years straight, not so much.
No! That's so sad.
It's the one weird console where there's no power switch, but in fact a power button. Oh, yes. They've definitely played into the fact that this is a sophisticated console for people who want to have a proper home screen experience. Picto chat. To be fair though, even though this is not modern tech, it does actually feel
Doxed?
surprisingly responsive.
This is blowing me away. Why does the DS not have the problem here now, but it still has the shit here? What's going on?
Like, genuinely not far off Samsung's most recent flagship phones. And this right here was the first time I'd ever seen emojis. Remember, I felt so smart with my
Emojis, okay.
like DS UI. And every time you want to go back home, the system shuts down. Oh wow, this is a full-on 3D adventure. This definitely feels like a generational leap from the Game Boy
Bro
Advance.
got scammed. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with this DS, but it's pissing me off.
I don't know why they assumed that touchscreen control was the best way to do this. It's actually so nice not having to angle the console perfectly just so I can see the screens now.
And then they refreshed it, starting with the DS Lite, which wasn't as revolutionary as the Game Boy Color or the
But it looks so fucking good.
Game Boy Advance SP, but still, it had up to twice the battery life, and also a design and colors that appealed to way more people, leading this to actually be by far the best-selling model of the DS. And then, because the DS was just such a hit, and because console makers tend to make more and more money the longer they can stretch out the life cycle of that platform, as the core hardware becomes cheaper over time.
I do have a black DSi like that one. The black DS Lite would probably be kind of cool to own. But there's no point right now. I have 2 DS Lites, and I have one that's... Well, I can show you. I have the white one, which I bought on eBay a couple of years ago now. I think it was 2020. When I kind of just started, this was the white one. I don't have the original DS I owned, because when I bought my 3DS from Argos, when it came out, they had a trade-in offer, where you could trade in any DS in any condition and you'll get money off, I think it was. So I gave him my DS Lite. And it's not this exact one, but it was a white DS Lite. Love this thing. And then Anna, for I think it was my birthday last year, she got me the Miku DS, which is very cool. Very nice.
Nintendo made a third major revision with the DSi and the DSi XL. 3 years later, you'll notice that compared to how packed the original launch DS box was, this thing only comes with a spare stylus, a charger, and the console. Nintendo isn't too worried about making a good impression at this stage, more just trying to find ways to whittle down the costs and make as much profit as possible. And you saw this in the console's features too. The DSi finally ditched the Game Boy game slot that Nintendo had held for so long, and it also introduced DSiWare, which kind of sounds like a virus, but was basically games and apps that you could download directly through the Nintendo DSi shop and give more money directly
Why aren't you playing the DSi shop music right now?
to them. That said, given that this is now 2009 and smartphones were a thing, the DSi did do a good job at helping the DS keep up. It had an overclock chip, it had 2 cameras, could take and edit photos, support SD cards up to 32 gigs, and play music and even browse the internet. And probably the most significant, it introduced the idea of an XL model, which would stick for the entirety of the next generation of console.
Who is this guy? MGT Max Games Tech? I can see lots of DSs in this picture. I'm suddenly interested.
And so, if we total up these 3 DS models, you've got the DSi, the DS Lite, and the base DS, their combined sales total was an absolutely astronomical 154.2 million units, making the DS the second best-selling console platform of all time at this point. And also nearly double of what Sony managed with the PSP, which was arguably the only real handheld threat Nintendo ever faced. But then, from these dizzying heights, Nintendo fumbled. Their next console, the
Fumble? Okay, chill.
3DS, was similar to the DS in
Chill. They fumbled for the first year. Chill.
that it also delivered something that no one was really asking for, but this time they placed their bets in the wrong place. Glasses-free 3D technology. You can really tell that Nintendo are trying everything here. They're almost going for a scattergun approach to try and accidentally land on what the DS of the future should actually be like. You've got code cards.
Yo, the fucking Club Nintendo. Oh.
This is the first Nintendo handheld to launch with a proper online store. Augmented reality cards. I guess Nintendo were just trying to make sure their console could do this, just in case AR suddenly became the new standard in gaming. But it ended up becoming one of the 3DS's many gimmicks. It even comes with a full-on charging dock. And then as for the console itself, it's like a DS.
Oh, the red one looks so nice.
Yes, but I would say even more modern with this metallic gradient finish and two-tone
I want
coloring on
one.
the inside.
I want
Now,
the
to
white
get one
one
thing
as
out of the
well.
way, I thought the 3DS was mind-blowing when it launched. It was around the time where 3D movies were peaking, with the first Avatar film even becoming the biggest box office hit of all time. And so the idea that not just 3D movies, but also full-on 3D games were all possible without big chunky glasses on this tiny little thing, it was revolutionary. And a sub to the channel would be 10 out of 10.
Shut up.
Dope. See, the 3DS's top screen uses something called a parallax barrier to separate the image that it shows to each one of your eyes. It shows one eye one thing, and the other eye the exact same
Hell is
scene,
this?
but from a slightly different perspective. And this recreates our normal three-dimensional vision, which works in the exact same way. Each of your eyes sees the same thing from slightly different viewpoints.
So I remember not actually getting one of these 3DSs till quite a long time after it launched. And then when I got it, I was like, oh my god, I've been missing out on so much. Power it on. Whoa, this is my first time seeing the 3D effect in a long time.
Same. Well, not same, but it's so weird seeing the 3D on every now and then. I love the system menu of the 3DS. There was so much to do with it. I spent so long in that web browser just trying to load loads of websites before it would run out of memory. I used to own the blue DSi, but I lost it. No! My brother used to own a white DSi, but he lost it. What the fuck? How are you guys losing shit? I never lost anything, not even a stylus. Hey, the 3DS sold well, even if like 10 million people kept buying the new models. Yeah, it's fine. Still counts.
Ooh, this is my first time seeing the 3D effect in a long time.
We need to revive Street Pass. 2023 needs to be the year of the Street Pass.
There's still nothing else like it. It really is a magical effect. Oh, the user interface feels significantly more fluid. Every icon has its accompanying sound effect and animation, and it all runs at 60 frames per second.
Honestly, the 3DS had so much charm, especially in the OS. The Wii and the 3DS era were like the peak of Nintendo's like UIs having so much charm and just good shit. All the music, all the sound effects, all the little bits they sprinkled in. Oh, nothing beats it, man. I miss it.
It definitely builds upon the base that the DS established. Oh, the music. Wow. It runs like butter. Not to mention that the game has far more polygons on screen, as well as running at a higher resolution. The other thing, which I think is quite subtle, but is just kind of the nature of where games are going, is that the character actually moves faster in this one. People have got very used to the idea of having a sprint button. Oh my god, I completely forgot. And you've got a joystick. That's probably a big part of why it also feels more fluid. The other cool thing is that because both of these screens are higher resolution than last generation, you can see maps with much more detail than you used to be able to. I should probably mention,
even though the resolution, especially on the top screen, was dog shit.
there was also a Nintendo 3DS XL, which is the one that I personally bought and used. And honestly, this is a big bit of kit. They really weren't kidding with the word XL.
And for scale, the 3DS is around 5 times more powerful than the DS, with 32 times the amount of RAM. So comparing all the way back to the beginning, we're looking at a 16,000 times improvement.
Fucking hell.
These specs make it much more powerful than most people expected. But this is also kind of the big problem. With the 3DS, Nintendo fell into the classic new console trap. See, whenever a company makes a console that does well, that console becomes a brand, the Nintendo DS in this case. And that brand, because people have such fond associations with it, is worth a lot of money. And so with the 3DS, Nintendo did exactly what you would assume you should do with that information. Retain as much of that valuable DS brand identity as possible in this new product. However, they didn't separate it enough. In terms of the way it looks, the way it functions, and the way it's named, the 3DS doesn't come across like the 5 times more powerful, completely new platform that it is. If you're a casual Nintendo DS user and you see this new 3DS on the shelf, what are you going to think? You're going to think, well, it looks like a DS that can do 3D. I'm not going to pay today's equivalent of $330 just to do that.
Interesting take. I can see your point. I'm not sure if I agree or disagree.
This is around the time that Nintendo also launched the Wii U, which suffered from the exact same problem, and both of these consoles had a very rough start because of it. Plus, while the 3D itself was a technical marvel, the fact that you had to sit at the exact right angle if you didn't want the parallax barrier effect to mess up meant that no one used it beyond a party trick, and for many it was just headache-inducing. Which is why Nintendo made the 2DS, a console that fixed the price, launching at just $165 in today's money, and fixed the 3D by removing it. Wow. This might actually be the ugliest console I've ever held in my
Yeah, it's not nice. They made like semi-transparent ones though. I want one of those.
hands. And then not too long after, the new 3DS. Which is terrible naming, because what do you call it when it's not new anymore? But yeah, this was the console that
It's a nightmare on eBay.
actually fixed the 3D aspect by adding a front camera that could track the position of your eyes to then make
Wow, the
sure
back one
that it
looks
was
really
feeding
nice.
each eye those two separate perspectives. Not to mention an even faster processor and a second little joystick. I remember I was playing a lot of a game called Monster Hunter at the time when this came out, and this tiddly little stick was an absolute game changer. So, these console revisions did somewhat help to turn the 3DS story around, but to be honest, it was mostly when they started releasing exclusive games like Pokemon X and Y and Animal Crossing that required people to have a 3DS to play that Nintendo managed to pull up the console sales to a very respectable 76 million. But then all of
No, it wasn't that. It was the price slash. That's what it was.
a sudden, with their next console, Nintendo just got it. The Switch is the biggest upgrade they've ever made. So we had the original Switch in 2017. You've probably seen this one. It was most people's first time ever witnessing Nintendo games in full HD. It's both a home console and a handheld. It had controllers built inside of it that can be used by either one person or two. It's got a kickstand to play multiplayer on the go. It's got the Wii's motion controls baked into these controllers. And the icing on the cake is that it's relatively free from expensive to make gimmicks. There's no double screen, there's no 3D.
Whoa. There is
I'm gonna be honest with the Switch, okay? This might be a bad take because there are some bad things, but I think if you're growing up as a kid, the Switch is the best generation to grow up with in terms of Nintendo consoles because it can do both like on the go and like full ass on the screen proper full games. It's not that like realistic and powerful, but if you're a kid, you don't need games that are that powerful. You're not playing Doom 2016, are you? You're not playing The Witcher 3, although both of those ports were, I think, pretty good. You can take the things off the Joy-Cons. It's a good ass screen. It's a good size. Mario Kart 8 is a great game. There are some things that are missing, like download play would be massive. Imagine if not everyone had to have a copy of the game and bring the game with them when they went to a party and everyone wanted to play Mario Kart. Download play is the one thing that is missing from the Switch. And if they put in that in the Switch Pro, if they make one, I'm going to be so happy. Download play is missing and it's not going to come back. But I want it to so bad. Nintendo's modern business practices are just dog shit, and that's not going to happen. Instead of getting your games for DS and games for your Wii, exactly. You can just take you get a game, and you can play it literally anywhere. If your parents want to use the TV, just take the Switch out and just play it all day, every day. It uses USB-C, so there's no bullshit proprietary charger that you're gonna lose as well. That's a huge one. Remember having to buy like those cheap, shitty fucking like car chargers that you plug into the cigarette lighter, and then like it has that little barrel that you plug into the like whatever your device is, the barrel plug. None of that anymore. It's just a Type-C. Oh, it's a really good console. And yes, there are things like Joy-Con drift and whatever else you want to say about the Switch.
absolutely.
But I think it's just a great console, and I'm glad Aaron agrees. I'm assuming it's gone just because games are multiple gigs these days. Yeah, that's probably the main issue. I do wonder, like, if you used modern Wi-Fi technology, how quickly could you send game data across to another system? Plus, the Switch is a great party machine. It is. There are some weird things, like how expensive Joy-Cons are. But in terms of, like, you're a kid and you're growing up and you're 10 and you want to play Mario Kart, you want to play, you know, all these insane games, Animal Crossing, that are coming out. The Switch is an excellent system. And that's just the system. The games have been pretty solid as well. Metroid has been great. Animal Crossing, Mario Kart, fucking Smash. The first party has been nuts for the Switch. Nuts. I really appreciate the ability to not only take the Switch to places in handheld, but the dock itself is also small and you can easily bring that to places too. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Nintendo really needs to make a Joy-Con Lite. Yeah, just make them cheaper or just redo them. I really want a Switch Pro, man, just because I love Nintendo hardware. To be honest, I've not played the Switch that much. I don't know why. I just enjoy PC games now because they're easier. You know, you don't need a subscription. That's another bad thing about the Switch, I guess. You have to pay for online. But you know, you can't win them all, can you?
No competition between the quality of the gaming experience now versus last gen. I don't know if I'm just biased by the consoles I've just looked at, but this looks photorealistic to me right now. It's got incredible depth of field, everything's got so much texture, and the lighting is gorgeous. And it's actually really nice to be able to have one big screen to enjoy that content on, as opposed to 2 little screens.
You want to know why? Well, the Nintendo Switch is not 5 times faster or 10 times faster, but actually 106 times more powerful than the 3DS. Which, when you compare it to our lowly Game & Watch from the beginning, gives us a figure that's basically impossible to comprehend. A 1.7 million times improvement. They then perfected this with the OLED Switch, which again has tons of stuff in the box, I guess due to the complex nature of having a hybrid console. 2 controllers.
It would be a total waste because I don't play the Switch, especially in handheld. But man, I will own one day.
Premium matte white finish.
It's on the list. I have a list of things I want to buy when I have money.
These are awesome. An AC adapter, HDMI cable, controller attachments to turn each half controller into its own full controller, the joiner to turn two
those came
halves
with the
into
Switch
one full
anyway.
one, the dock to connect to the TV, and then the console itself.
Goodness me. Even though this is not like a higher resolution screen or a more powerful console, just
That
having
looks
this
so
OLED
good.
tech, which means that each pixel is individually lit as opposed to having one big backlight, it makes so much difference. I'm fully immersed.
But then also, Nintendo, realizing that they could save a lot of this faff by just making a Switch solely for use as a normal handheld, created the Switch Lite. It's kind of crazy. This thing
Why is
requires
this romantic music in the background?
a Switch solely for use as a normal handheld, created the Switch Lite. It's kind of crazy. This thing requires basically nothing in the box. But to be fair, the fact that this thing can still deliver the same games for half the price is nothing to be sniffed at. And so this trifecta together, when paired with games like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and Super Smash Bros, have
Exactly what I
already
said.
managed to sell 120 million pieces. So the Switch might well be about to become the best-selling console of all time.
That's crazy. I didn't know it was that high. I reckon give it another like 2 or 3 years, that would probably outsell the DS Lite. That's crazy. That's actually nuts. Wow. I wonder if that includes OLED and Lite as well. HC Rumble is also great. It is, yeah. Remember, people, if you see an account trying to hire a community manager, tell Nath. Exactly.
So, the Switch might well be about to become the best-selling console of all time. Right, let's get them together into one big shot. And this video took so
Members receive compensation for their part. What the hell is this?
much time and money to make. Literally shopping within the deepest depths of the internet to find this stuff. The only thing that does make that process less painful is PayPal Honey. So I was searching for games for each of these consoles, right? And obviously trying to get those games for as low a price as possible, because you have to buy like 10 different copies for a video like this. Well, if I
You're
just
buying
tap this
Steam
one honey
keys?
button on,
You're buying CD keys for fucking Zelda?
'cause you have to buy like 10
How much are you
different
saying by doing that? It literally says cannot be activated in your country.
copies for a video like this. Well, if I just tap this one honey button on my browser,
To be fair though, it is if you have like a eShop account in a different country, it would work.
it will automatically scan through every single coupon code available for that website and just apply the one that saves me the most money. And on average, when it finds you a coupon code, it's saving you 18% on sites that you're already shopping on. It doesn't make sense to not be using this. So just add it to your browser now at joinhoney.com/boss.
I watched his ad to see like what it would be. That was interesting. Free download The Sims 4. Thank you, Epic. Very cool. Well, there you go. I honestly think the Switch is an incredible generation. PayPal and Tony, yeah, it does. Sims 4 is free on Epic. Yeah, it did say that's what it said. Fascination. Yeah, it's free to play now. I think I have it on Steam anyway. Whenever you're ready. Take as much time as you need. There we go. Ow, I just like scratched my nose. There it is. Yeah, it's free. Makes sense. Do you hear them like making the next Sims anyway? Well, what's the point if you have to buy 100 DLCs? Yeah, that's it. They're trying to get people in the door, and then once they're in, try and get them to buy as much as possible. It's like the IKEA approach. You know, make them walk into your building for a product. Like, let's say you want to buy a table, but then they force you to walk through everything, and you look at everything else they sell just to get to the table. And then to buy it, you still have to walk through everything else. And then you end up buying everything. You're like, oh, I might as well get a trolley. And then it's off limits, and you just buy everything. You buy your furniture, you buy a jar, you buy a fucking... What else does IKEA sell? A lamp. I guess they just released it on Epic today. I guess so, yeah. I think I have The Sims 4 on Origin. I think I bought it like shortly after it came out. I had like a little Sims phase. But yeah, that's that. Every Nintendo handheld. Good video. Thank you, Mr. Here's the Boss. If you want to sub to him, if you haven't already, there's a link. I got it free on Origin? Yeah. Oh wait, free on Origin. Oh. Fair enough. Oh, I should watch this video. I've been meaning to watch it.
The first time I picked up Samsung's new Galaxy S23 Ultra, I thought, oh no. This is the first time in Samsung's entire history where their pinnacle flagship smartphone looks almost identical to the one that came before it. Same body, same display, same battery.
Whoa, wait, the edges are that
Samsung's
thin?
old to the one that came before it. Same body, same display.
Oh. That is so clean. Holy fuck. I've not owned a Samsung phone in years, but holy fuck, that's so good. I've said this before, but I want more boxy ass phones like this. I'm so sick of the curved edges that go like this. I don't want my UI to be cut off. I don't want my YouTube videos to be cut off. I want the rectangle experience that I have on PC, but on my phone.
Same battery. Samsung has always been the innovator, and so the idea that this company has just gone an entire year without being able to improve the core design from their last phone is scary. Because does that mean they feel like they've perfected it?
No, they do this every year. The first 1 year is an actual like leap. Next year is an iteration. Leap, iteration. They've done this ever since like the S5.
Is this just what all of their phones are going to look like from now on? Plus, how have they still not managed to trim that chin at the bottom? Why?
What chin? There's fucking nothing there. Are you serious, Aaron? You're complaining about a fucking
All of their phones are gonna
literally
look like from now
1
on.
centimeter? Bro! Everyone get your phones out and just put them up against the screen. I'll what can I do? Let me go to my my notes app, I guess. I'm gonna show you. Actually, it's not that bad on my phone. But like, that's nothing. Why are you complaining? Look at the edges on my phone. Oh, it's not great, but it's, you know, it's definitely doable. You're complaining about like half of that? Really?
How have they still not managed to trim that chin at the bottom? Why has the selfie camera been demoted from 40 megapixels to just 12? Why are
What?
the colours of the phone so boring and samey? And
Ugh,
most
that
importantly,
green is horrible.
why is it noticeably more expensive?
Oh my-
But now
okay.
that I've had some time to think about it, I've calmed down. And I've learned a few
My god, my guy has like an entire wall of Nanoleafs. I have like 9, and that sent me back like 150 quid, I think it was, years ago.
important details about this phone that have turned my fear and my disappointment into genuine excitement. The Galaxy S23 Ultra is worth your attention, and these are the 10 reasons why. It actually takes better selfies. While the resolution has been downgraded from the S22 Ultra, the quality of the front camera has gone up, leading to more accurate skin tones, more reliable focusing, and a little bit more detail. The S23 Ultra has more storage, 256GB versus 128. So while the price of entry has gone up, all the company's really done is just slashed the base level 128GB model that you used to be able to get, which I don't love. It makes the phone even less accessible, but I think it makes sense. Given that we're talking about a media-centric phone that can shoot proper 8K video, I think it's about time Samsung stopped pretending that 128 gigs of non-expandable storage is actually sufficient. But the reason why I'm calling storage a win is that this is no ordinary 256GB. This is the fastest flash memory in the world.
Really? Why do people care about having a no-notch so badly? Was it because of 2017? What happened in 2017? What do you mean? Remember, people, pirating is only okay if it costs you $1,000 to get the full experience. For legal reasons, it's a joke, says Steven. Not me.
Meaning that even compared to phones from just a few months ago, this thing can read and write files almost 2 times faster, while consuming less power. And all you have to do is to open up a few apps on your home.
The iPhone 10? Oh, I thought so. I wasn't sure though. I don't know. I just don't. I've always fucking hated notches. Even Android phones had notches long before the fucking iPhone. I was making a joke about the creator of Minecraft. Oh, right. What did Notch do in 2017? Now I'm scared. But no, I've always hated notches. I don't care about this is fine. I still don't like the iPhone. Was it 14? Like the non-Pro that still has this ugly thing for Face ID. Guys, Mika made Minecraft. True. Yeah, I like this. This is fun with me. Obviously, I prefer there was no punch hole, but we're not quite there with the tech yet.
Home screen to see that extra responsiveness in action. Plus, if you are offloading huge files...
yes. Another 3 frames. You open 3 frames faster. Look at this. 1, 2, 3.
Few apps on your home screen to see that extra responsiveness in action. Plus, if you are offloading huge files directly to your
Deadass. Hi, bro. How you doing, dude?
Computer, you would feel it there too. Now, Samsung's also upgraded the speakers, which I think is quite important because this is something they haven't really touched since 2018 with the Galaxy Note 9.
Nice. I haven't spoken to you in so long. Where the fuck have you been?
Be top of the game. Samsung used to have some of the best speakers that you could get on a phone. And so I'm excited that they're trying to reclaim the reputation they once had. They bumped up the volume, but what I think you'll notice more is the bass, the fullness. It's almost surprising. You don't expect this amount of it to come out of a package.
Bit busy, that's okay. What have you been busy with?
So tiny. Okay, so as with every new Samsung phone, you also get to play with a new piece of software. So in the case of the S23, you get Samsung's One UI 5.1 skin based on Android 13. It's a pretty thin update, not gonna lie. You basically get routines that can trigger a series of actions based on your activities. So whether you're sleeping or exercising or driving, etc. One cool thing, which means that your Bixby assistant on this phone can respond to incoming calls by just sending back a text. And I know, Bixby was a bit of a laughingstock when it first came out, but we tested it recently and honestly, it surprised me, and clearly a lot of you guys too. More importantly though, when it comes to software, the key thing that has to be said is that Samsung has become a bit of an unexpected hero.
I need to stream, but I don't know what. Abo, I've been thinking of reviving the SMP for Minecraft March. Are you down? Because I am. I'm literally down to play right now if you want, like after this. If I call screen phones, bring back the HTC One front-facing speakers. Yeah, God, I miss HTC. Well, I've been making a Minecraft event for MindGlobe and fixing stuff on it and other servers. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I want to really play more Minecraft in general. That Minecraft date's just been hitting hard. Happy Fortnite February? No, it's Fibonacci February. Bananas, come on. Don't forget it.
With updates. There was a time when buying a Samsung flagship meant you'd get 2 years of...
We went... by the way, chat, I've not done Wii Wednesday in forever. I think I might do Wii Weekend. Because I'm busy on Wednesdays now. And it just doesn't work. I would like to do Wii Weekend, but I don't know what the hell I'd call it. Would it be Wii Weekend? Weekend? Whatever. And that would mean, the problem with Wii Wednesday is that I have to stream on a Tuesday to spin the wheel and do the poll. That's the problem. And so, if I did Wii Weekend, I could stream on the Friday, and then do the poll then, or I could do I could stream Saturday and do the poll for Sunday, you know? Wii weekday, 5 days a week, get your ass on it. Yeah, I'll do a 1-second segment for the Wii. Alright guys, so we're gonna play some Wii. Alright, we're done. Thanks for playing. Thanks for coming.
Updates, and you'd almost definitely be one of the last to get those updates. But if you look at their current track record in the last couple of years, Samsung is getting out all of those smaller security patches faster than basically anyone. And right out of the gate, they're also promising 4 full years of major Android version upgrades too. So this phone is going to be supported all the way to Android 17, which is a really significant differentiator if you're planning to keep the phone for that long. Okay, it's time to talk about this design. And I know, my first impression was to cry myself to sleep. I just think it's really good when companies
Those cameras. The question is, does it have the Samsung Chihuahua?
try new things. And historically, if you could rely on any company to do that, that would be Samsung. But having taken a step back and really thought about it, the similarity may not be the worst thing. I mean, for starters, no one's upgrading their phone every single year
What's up,
anymore.
Courtroom?
So this is still going to feel new for someone upgrading from a 2 to 3 to 4-year-old Samsung phone. Plus, like, I've tested a lot of phones where from the outside, they look like complete generational leaps from their predecessors. But then you use them and you almost feel cheated because they're pretty much the exact same thing, just in a new set of clothes. So this phone looking similar to the last might actually help prevent that feeling and people feeling like they need to buy something that they definitely don't need. But
I don't know, man. I like phones with gimmicks. Hi, Cubed. You're on the wrong account, George, but hey, what's up? The quality of this content is way too high. Yeah, sorry, I'll turn it down. There should be a button I can press where it, like, kills the stream and sets it to 144p. Hi, George. I was listening to the Cube playlist today. Who's trying to catch someone in Ultra 16K HD? Me, I am. I want to take a picture of I want to hold my phone up high, and then it will curve around the Earth and take a picture of someone, like, 20,000 miles away. Like, you know how they did that science experiment where, like, they had this long, tall, like, piece of cardboard and they, like, cut a hole in it and shone a light through to see if the Earth was flat or not. And then someone, like, exactly perpendicular had, like, a thing where the circles would line up. I want that, but with my phone. I want to take a picture and then it'll, like, go across the Earth to where it curves, and then it'll take a picture of someone standing on, like, a mountain. That's what I want.
I think the most important thing, and probably the real reason that Samsung's
Work on
kept
it,
the design
Samsung.
language the same, is to let their
You can make curved, foldable screens. You can make it happen.
catch up. Last year's S22s were a bit kooky.
How many accounts do you have for Twitch total, George? Just 2? Can we get a 2 in the chat, please?
The S22 Ultra, which split the cameras into multiple individual modules like this, and then the S22 and S22 Plus, which just had one big camera module. And so by this time, keeping the design similar on the
No, George, you don't understand. There's a button for it. You hit the channel points button, you can go... Wait for it. There's a countdown. Oh, no!
2?
There we go. I redeemed it.
Ultra model, but
It was on cooldown for 10 seconds.
updating the normal
Yeah,
S23
3? What's the secret third one? Is it Cubed Cam?
and S23 Plus, they've now at least got a lineup that looks cohesive.
Ugh! No, don't add the curves back! Oh my god.
But also, if you look closer, it
You have CubedCon 2? What was CubedCon 2 used for?
actually is an upgraded design. It's a little boxier, both the phone and the S Pen that still comes included, which I think is an aesthetic perk as well as a functional one, because they've sharpened it up in a way that the phone is actually more comfortable to hold instead of less comfortable.
Nothing at the moment? Ooh, nice.
I guess I'm glad.
I have a few actually. I probably have more. I have... This isn't 8th. 95 degrees, because I used to stream like really old 95 degrees events in there. I have an account called Real Nintendo Wii because I want to have an old stream where I can stream without worrying about the actual like face cam and making things look good. Like if I want to stream no mic or no cam, I'll do it there. I've not actually done it yet, but I want to do it. I think that's all of them, and I technically have access to CubeCon. The new Samsung phones are now. I've not watched the presentation, but I showed it to my dad. I linked it to my dad because he likes Samsung phones. He's got the Z Fold 4, I think.
Glad that they haven't just copied Apple's design, like so many companies have. They've retained some of the curve on the screen, which is good because it lets your fingers glide onto the display panel from the sides. But they've made
I think every like what was it, the S23? So every odd number is like a iteration, and then every even number is like an actual evolution. They must be trying to put the focus on the new flips and folds. Well, so ever since like the S6-ish, it's been like generation iteration, right? So S6 was the first one with like the edge, or like the edge on the side. Like you could buy a version of the S6 with the edge. Then there was the S7, which was like the same. Then there was the S8, which had the huge like borderless screens. And then the S9 was about the same thing. Then the S10 was different. Then the S11. Then the S20. You know, it's iteration. It's the same with iPhones, I think, as well. Most of those are like generation, next year iteration, next year generation.
Made it somewhat less curved, which means you get more usable flat area of the screen.
Oh man, I really want like a boxy phone like that with like the sharp edges that will dig into my hand. I don't care. I want to cut my hand. I want a permanent dent in my hand where my phone's been.
Before it starts to slope
I'm so
off.
sick of curves.
It's a really good, careful balance. And also, Samsung swapped out the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus Plus that their phones used to be coated in for Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which is a really interesting material because
That's not how you count. It's not plus and then 2.
First time that this Corning company is really acknowledging the fact that most of the time when you drop your phone, it's not from a perfect angle on some smooth laboratory
What the hell is this? What's this footage?
floor. Phones need to be able to withstand rough surfaces like concrete. And there's some quite impressive test footage of it in action, which I will.
Bro, they hired they
like
paid for a
concrete.
machine
And
to
there's
drop
some
a phone like that. I can do that. I'm 6'2". I'll just put my hand in the air and just open my hand for free. I'll do
Quite
it.
impressive test footage of it in action, which I will not be recreating.
How much is that guy paid
quite
to push the
impressed-
button that makes the thing drop?
Impressive test footage of it in action.
Windows 7, 8, 8.1, 10. Yeah.
Which I will not be recreating, at least not on purpose. And they've managed to achieve that drop protection while also making this display out of 22% recycled glass, which is something that I did want to touch on for a minute. Samsung is making a real deal about their commitment to the environment and how this phone has parts from recycled water bottles and fishing nets and recycled aluminium. But there are plenty of great reasons to buy these new
Have you seen the Twitch channel Watch Me Forever? Yes, I've had it in the background today, like while I was running some errands. It's incredible. I've never seen an episode of Seinfeld, and now I never have to.
phones. I don't think
We had to
this is
look
one of
earlier
them.
on stream
Like they
as
talked
well.
about how they could maybe theoretically reduce up to 15 tons of waste plastic in the oceans by the end of the year. But these are such tiny numbers in the scheme of things. Like I did the math for this, and this is the equivalent of Samsung for every $1,000 smartphone sold, donating about $0.004 for manual ocean cleanup. So it's great that they're doing more and more of this eco stuff, but I'm just saying, remember that if eco is what you're after, the most eco-friendly thing is by far still to just buy a used one, or to not buy one.
True.
Okay, so if you've been following Samsung's phones at all,
Yeah, it's interesting, but definitely second monitor low quality content. Yeah, like mine. I was watching it earlier and there was like a solid 5 minutes where it kept cutting between several empty rooms. All the characters were just gone. Oh my god, really? I watched earlier and like I've noticed that it keeps like just cutting off. Like they'll set up a joke. They say like, "What do you call a bear with no teeth?" And then the audience laughs, and then nothing happens for 10 seconds. Yeah, what is this face I've paused on? Yeah, exactly. I love the chat. I love how chaotic the chat is so much as well.
for the last few years, you'll know that camera zoom has become a big part of their strategy. Well, that's better here too. Sort of. So if you look at the spec sheet, you won't see a difference.
I want my chat to look like this, like all the time. This time next year, I want my chat to be this chaotic and this ridiculous. But with more emotes, please.
At all. The S23 Ultra's got the same combination of a 3x optical zoom camera and a 10x optical zoom camera, and the same max range as last time of 100x total zoom. But what I was told is that thanks to the new processor in this phone, more on that in a minute, it'll be able to use powerful AI to still majorly step up the end quality of these
Penis
zoom shots.
deadass,
So I tried
Joel,
it, and I'm surprised to see
times
that
10.
if
What the fuck, Abo? How do you produce sentences like this? I don't understand it. Steven says, not sure if it shows up well on camera, but this is what my DS Lite bottom screen looks like. Oh! Oh lord, yeah, that's not right. Uh-oh. Looks like a loose connection or something, maybe. Yikes. Yeah, that's not good. Oh yeah, by the way, I haven't watched this video yet, despite the red line. I will watch this at some point. It's on the
Anything,
queue.
my S22 Ultra was actually getting slightly sharper results, so I tried it again. Same thing. I even looped in a Samsung employee, thinking I was doing something wrong, and we ended up in this kind of hilarious, kind of concerning situation where he sort of agreed that my S22 Ultra shot did look better. So if what you'd be wanting to do is randomly zooming into objects
Mr. Yeah, exactly.
and buildings hundreds
Yeah, Twitter complain. I'll see what it's about.
of meters away, I don't think the S23 Ultra is going to do much more than the S.
Hey, I mean, look on the bright side. It's like more publicity for him. More people are gonna watch the video because they're like, "Oh, really? People are pissed about this? Let's see what it is." He's literally raising awareness of the problem like it's a good thing. Well, yeah, and he's also like, I've not seen the video, but I'm assuming he paid for it as well.
S22 Ultra. But then we tested it on people, and the difference was absolutely enormous. I'm imagining this is where the AI in the new chip is
Holy.
doing its most work. But I will test this
That
properly.
looks cool as hell, but I'm terrified of people taking pictures of me now. I'm gonna be honest, chat. Before streams, for like the last couple months, I've been putting concealer on my face because I've had a spot problem, like not quite an acne problem, but just random spots on my face. So before stream, I will put concealer on my face and then just kind of rub it in so that you can't see them. This makes my anxiety far worse. Oh my god, you can see literally every pore in that guy's face. Oh. If I was blind and I was being cured for a video, I wouldn't care. Yeah, I don't mind being used for content. But obviously, of course, I would say that. But if I'm assuming Mr. Beast paid for the treatment, so if you're getting it done for free and the only catch is that you're famous for a week or two, of course you're gonna take it. And Mr. Beast does philanthropy and he does charity work and he's raised $20 million for trees and What's a random guy on Twitter done? He's donated like his spare change at a Walmart. On the other hand, though, some people are just upset because the American healthcare system is broken. Yeah, I mean, don't get mad at Mr. Beast for that. It's not his fault. If anyone could fix it, it'd be him. I want Mr. Beast to make reviving Street Pass a trend. We need some big force, like either the TikTok algorithm or Mr. Beast, to get people to buy 3DSs, keep them and bring them around with them, and then revive Street Pass. I just realized I've been on the wrong screen this whole time. I mean that he could have just not spent his own money on giving random people surgeries. Yeah, exactly. He could have just done something else. Takes photos of Nath eye roll. Please don't. I mean, as long as you don't have this exact phone, then yeah, I guess it's fine. Nah, man, you gotta rock the spots, I guess. It's just when I watch it back, I cringe at myself. They get surgeries, Mr. Beast gets views. Attention is raised about cures for blindness, which to be honest, I didn't realize could be treated in some cases so easily. Exactly. I need to start carrying mine around. Dude, you know what makes it easier? The 3DS has a proprietary connector on the back. You can buy on eBay, like for £1, a USB to 3DS, like, charger thing. Just get one of those. And then, the day before you go out, plug in your DS. When you go out, turn it on, flip it into sleep mode, bring it around with you, and pray that someone else does it too. That's what I've been doing for months. Fun fact, the last time I got a Street Pass, and I don't go out much, but the last time I got a Street Pass in real life was the day the Queen died. I don't know why that's how I remember it, but that's how I remember it. I have the iPhone 12. Okay, I don't know how good the iPhone 12 is with recognizing my spots and pores. Plot twist, it was the Queen. Holy shit. Holy shit. That'd be cool. Even if I got photos, it'd probably just be a group photo. Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yo.
If you want, just zoom into the yo picture I tweet at Tesco. I've been quote retweeting the last one every single time. For 2023, I've been making it a mission. Every time I tweet the weekly yo picture like this, I quote retweet last week's one, and then you can just follow a chain of all the yos from the year. There's only 3 so far, because we're only just started February, and I didn't really go 1 week in January, but maybe I'll turn this into like a time lapse at the end of the year. That'd be cool. I retweeted. Thank you. How you doing, RJ? Hope you're having a good day. Doing all right. The Queen's alt account? Yeah, the Queen has an alt 3DS for Street Pass. Imagine being like an Uber driver. That'd be perfect. How is there never anyone at your Tesco? There's a secret, okay? So I go. Well, let me explain, okay? Let me preface this. I'm gonna go back to my media tab. Okay, so I posted this tweet at 2:43 p.m. Now this photo was taken at about 8 o'clock, I would imagine, in the morning. So I think Tesco opens at 7-ish. And what I do is me and my mom, we go first thing in the morning and we arrive at Tesco literally as Tesco opens. That way we don't have to deal with people. It's nice and quiet. And I'm exhausted the whole time. But it's worth. Honestly, it is worth. I hate dealing with people, weaving in and out, waiting for people to move so I can get my trolley through. I hate it. Drives me bonkers. I detest it. So yeah, it is ridiculously early, but my mom likes it because she goes to work right after. How busy does it get? Pretty busy. If you go on like a weekend at like 4 p.m, it's not really chaos, but it's very, very busy. Because there aren't that many Tesco's around that area, especially of that size. So everyone just goes to that one, I think. Has anyone ever even questions what you're doing when you do that? That's a good question. Not officially. I'm sure I've had people look at me. I've not in any of these ones. Oh, hang on. Let me see if I can search this up real quick. From This Isn't Nafio. Okay, this is a different Tesco entirely. Can I just point out real quick? This is a fake one. I look photoshopped in this as well. I look like a cardboard cutout. Oh, this was for the Cube one! Yeah! Cube started on a Friday. So this was my Yo picture for that day. I photoshopped myself out and just took a picture of myself in Minecraft and put that in. Yeah! That was nice. Good old Cubed. I love Cube so much, man. Here it is. Okay. So, when you walk into Tesco, this is the screen that you see when you go in. And sometimes when I go in, so when I walk into Tesco, there's a check in my mind. I look around, because, oh my god, I'm going to have to explain this. Okay. My Tesco is like raised. You walk into the building, and then you have to immediately go up these like elevators, escalators, whatever you want to call them. The diagonal ones. And then this is where you like spawn. And then like you walk up and this is where the screen is. And I look around on the screen to see if there's anyone around here. Sometimes there's a security card right here. But I look around and if anyone is like around me, like if they would be visible, then I don't bother taking a picture. And I just look for one of the other monitors because there's like 5 or 6 usually. The goal of each Tesco is to find a monitor with no one in it. Yes, I'm a gamer. It's a gamer reference, Avo. Shut up. Vertical escalator. Yeah, that's the one. Been there. Yeah, Harry's been here. Isn't that crazy? Are you Toad in Minecraft? Yeah, I have a Toad skin. I love the little mushroom man. I'm a true gamer. True lol W. I love that emote so much. I need to stop saying true. No, say it more. It's so good. Nath, you look photoshopped in every photo you're in. Yeah, I'm not real. I'm actually an AI this whole time. I remember the Yo photo with Anna and Tom. Yeah, we should have got one for the 95 Degrees meetup we had like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but Harry was there. So Harry would either have to leave or... I don't know, it would have been weird. I don't want to like say to Harry, yo, get out the way so I could take a picture. Could do some stairs for me to go 2 steps up at a time. There were stairs. These are stairs right here, like right next to the elevators. I could have just held my bag in front of my face. Oh well. I think we just walked straight in and we all kind of forgot to take the picture anyway. But yeah, that's me with the classic NASA shirt. So yeah, I walk into Tesco and then there's a check in my mind. Like, okay, this is the first screen. Is there anyone that's going to be visible on the screen? Because I know if people are visible in the picture, people are going to zoom in and look at them. I don't want that. So I want I want to find a picture where I'm doing the yo pose and there's no one in the picture, and this is the perfect example. And if there's people in this one, then I'll go to the next one. I don't know if anyone else does this. But let me explain this. Sorry for the flashbang. But let's say these are the aisles of a Tesco. Me and my mom do the full shop every single Friday. And what we do, there's one over here. What we do is we have like an order. So you go in here, this is where the screen is, right here. And then we go down, and here's where like the fruit and veg is, and then you go up this way, and this is where more vegetables are, and like sandwiches and stuff. And we go on this zigzag, and we have the exact same pattern every single time. Does anyone else do this, or is it just you go to the aisles you want? This is what me and my mum do. Yeah, we go down every single aisle, because honestly, we usually get stuff from every aisle anyway. Oh. This isn't just me, this is me and my family. Yeah, I do with my mum usually. Okay. So I'm not the only one. I need to poll this. I'm gonna poll this real quick. Now, I know George will know what happened last time I made a poll. I'm not gonna redo that. Do you go down every aisle? Yes, no. There you go. Results? There we go. God, why is it so wide? Really? 3 of you say no. Okay, that's 1 yes. If we get a drawing like the piss pool thing again, I swear to God. Oh my God, the piss pit. Yeah, the piss pit was so good. Actually, Nath is still wearing his CubeCon toad skin. Yeah, it never comes off. I actually forget to take it off, and I never get rid of it. Because why not? It's fine. Gonna promote it all year long. I've actually been like redoing my my CV and everything recently, so I've just been like, I've been like accidentally memorizing all the social stats from Cube last year, like the 400% increase in mentions and the 100% increase in fuck, what was it? Something else. And like 10,000. I can't remember them off by heart, but those numbers are like slightly burned into my eyes. Really? So 3 of you don't go down every aisle, and 1 person does. Up for doing it all again? I'm up for doing everything again. The pub quiz, you know, staying up late hours into the evening. I'm up for all of it. I am so down. I am so excited as well. There should be like a cubed summer edition. Like a mini one every year. Anyway, I think that's everything I needed to explain with this. Oh shit, it's Ovek. Ovek is literally someone I met through Cubed. But yeah, look out for tomorrow's Yo. I usually don't try and post it while I'm at Tesco in case someone tries to stalk me or something. It's probably not going to happen to someone like me, but you never know, do you? Not really a good idea to post your location. The amount of times I've heard this song in the Rabbids games. Yeah, I remember playing this one on TV Party, I think. I'm ready to help more this year. Let's go, Abbo. We need Abbo like front and center. Put this man in charge. Under George, of course. Wasted the Tesco for Nath. Let's go, Bananas. I mean, I wouldn't recognize you, Bananas. But if you said, "Hey, Nath," I'd be really fucking confused. Like, who the fuck are you? Are you a viewer? Oh man. While everyone's here, I want to talk to you guys about something. And it's such an early idea that I don't even know if it'll ever be a thing. But I'm gonna leak something, okay? I want to make a game show similar to Family Feud, but for Twitch. Like, do you remember 95 Live back in late 2021, I think it was? I want to do something like that, where it's a full-on, fully produced game show, by myself though, because I have no budget. I can't hire people or anything like that. I want to do a game show where we bring on a bunch of people, not necessarily in Minecraft, maybe like just face cams, kind of like what AFK is, where you just have people in boxes, like webcams. But I want to do a game show where it's like Family Feud, okay? Let me explain this. Sorry for the flashbang again. Okay, so you're given a category, let's say things you pick up at a supermarket. And then you're given like clues. So let's say you have like, there you go, that's a P blank. And you could have T, you could have V. And so like you have to name as many things as you can. Okay? Penis is not there. I actually forgot. Potatoes is one. Vegetables. Tomatoes, you know? So that's kind of how it would be. It'd be like fill in the blank, but also Family Feud in a way. I don't know if I could do the thing where I survey 100 people or whatever it is, because I don't have 100 people. And chances are some of those 100 people would be on the game show anyway. But do you like the idea? What's another one? Fucking I like the idea. I will preface this and say that this is not an original idea. It's been done. It has been done by other streamers. But I'm gonna see what I can do. It's a nerdy concept. And it's free real estate. Stolen idea. There we go. As long as you put that disclaimer, you're good. And then the category down here is name something you buy at a supermarket. There you go. Aced it. Yeah. I think that could work. And then you have like the actual layout, the stream layout will probably be like, you know, you have like the cues up here. And then you have like boxes where people have their face cams, and there can be like 2 teams of 4 or something. And then these are the people like, you know, trying to do it. You're so good with paint. It's not hard. And then, I don't know, I can be in the top right, like, yo. So you know what you said about me being good with paint, right? Now I look angry, or like evil. That's better. If I was on that game show, I wouldn't try to win, but try to say the stupidest stuff I can. Then you would like, your team would hate you. Sounds like a good way to get sued. Hell yeah. But yeah, this is the base idea. I miss putting all my energy and like effort into game shows and stuff like that. It's been a long time since I've done such a big event, a big scale event. And so if you guys are down, let me know. I will like have to say like you would ideally have your face cam. If you wanted like a VTube PNG tube type thing, you can do that as well. So for people like Abo, you could do that. Or like I know Kat had like a VTube thing. Or anyone from my stream team that might be interested. Yeah, you need to be a VTuber. Would you do that, Abo? Would you be an anime boy just to be on the show? I'd like to see you and Fate on the team. That'd be so hectic and so chaotic. That'd be so good. Oh, you would for me? Aw. I don't know how else you'd do it. To be honest, as long as you have some kind of representation on screen, that would work. Like if you could just use OBS virtual cam and just have yourself like your Minecraft character, that would work. Anything. As long as it's not just... As long as it's something. This can be you on the right. I'll change that circle. Hold on. Oh fuck, that's the wrong tool. This did not work how I wanted it to. This can be Abra on the right. There we go. I mean, we know what my head looks like, do we? Well, because the emote, I guess. I've seen it, but I can't remember it. But yeah, this is the idea. So I'll keep thinking about it. It's something I've been thinking about this week. I need to think of a name. I need to make like a trailer, branding, everything else. It'd be a pain in the ass to make, but I want to challenge myself again. Anyway, that is some low quality content you have there. Thank you so much, Stephen. You're so kind. Who's this? Oh no, it's a bot, isn't it? Okay, well they look real, but something, I don't know. I've had a lot of these like bot type graphic designers, like I doubt this is a real person. Okay, they are real. I don't know. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. Let's finish this video.
I'm imagining this is where the AI in the new chip is doing
I'd say they're fake, yeah, probably.
its most work. But I will test this properly in a camera test coming soon. So if you do want to see 100...
Meow.
Now this leads us to the elephant in the room. What I imagine will become the entire tagline of the S23 Ultra. It's 200 megapixel main camera. This is a really important jump, but not for the reason you think. See, actually trying to take full 200 megapixel photos from a tiny camera like this is generally going to be a pretty fruitless exercise. Each photo is going to end up as like a 50 megabyte file, but even with that, compared to a proper 200 megapixel camera that would look something more like this, you just can't get enough light into a mini phone one to fill that 200 megapixels of resolution with real detail. The actual perk of this sensor comes into play with something called pixel binning. There's a good chance you've heard of it, but it's the idea of individual, smaller, noisier pixels being grouped together and collating all of their information into fewer, bigger, cleaner pixels. With the 108 megapixel main camera on the previous S22 Ultra, what Samsung was doing is clumping together pixels into 3x3 grids, which means your end photos have a ninth of the total pixel count, around 12 megapixels or 12 million pixels, but that those are 12 million really clean pixels, because each is made with the information from 9 smaller pixels. And so what's interesting about this new 200 megapixel sensor is that it now gives us two really good options. You can either stick to a 12 megapixel output, but it will now be an even cleaner 12 megapixel output, because instead of each pixel being made of 9 smaller pixels, each will now be made of 16 smaller pixels. Or,
yeah, my phone does this. My phone has a 108 megapixel, I think, main sensor. Yeah, it is 108. Jesus. And I've tried using like if I take a picture of like a landscape or like a town center, I can zoom into signs really far away, and they're just readable. It's crazy. It's really cool. And then if I just take a normal picture, it'll just go down to like 16 megapixels or something. It's really great.
Or you can divide your 200 million pixels into groups of 4. So you're still getting somewhat clean pixels, each using the information from 4 smaller pixels, but you're also still getting a really high 50 megapixel resolution output, which might be the perfect middle ground. Hopefully that made sense, but if it didn't, then all you need to know is that the S23 Ultra is going to take really good photos. And it's actually
I knew that anyway. Actually, I was thinking of getting a cheap webcam, so I'd probably use my real face if that game show happens. Do it. I mean, I can't guarantee you'll be in it. Don't buy the webcam just for the game show, you know. The webcam's good to have anyway. I'll probably be another half hour to 45 minutes, by the way. I started another game. No problem. No problem. We have stuff to do anyway. What was I saying? Obviously, it's not my real head, but it would work for an animated character if I ever go on, yeah. Actually, I was thinking of getting a cheap... I've read that already. I read all of this. I was saying something and I forgot. Oh yeah, I can't guarantee places on a game show because there won't be that many spaces, and it depends on who turns up and who's, you know, gonna work better in teams with whoever else signs up and stuff like that.
actually not just a resolution thing. This new 200 megapixel camera also has a few fancy technical tricks that let it bring in even more light, but they are also even more complicated, so I'll spare you the details. And the single thing that I think is going to make the biggest difference is that it can do all of this faster. My three biggest complaints about past Samsung cameras are low light performance, video, and slow capture time. And so what's really exciting is that even with more pixels to be processed, the newer camera is capturing photos distinctly quicker than its predecessor. This is part of the reason why that face from earlier looked so much more crisp. But this is where it starts dialing up. Because as it turns out, Samsung isn't just addressing this one key weakness, but in fact, all 3 of its past camera's key weaknesses. So you know how this camera can now make these clusters of 16 pixels? The biggest place you're going to notice that is in low light shots. The lower the light, the lower the quality of the information that each individual pixel can pick up, and so the more benefit there is to multiple pixels grouping together. We tried a few side-by-side low light shots, and there is definitely more texture and a little better control over the super bright spots, which is really important for nighttime
That's hardly a
cityscapes.
difference.
And so I'm actually gassed to see what's going to happen when you pair that with the new astrophoto mode Samsung's added that optimizes capturing starry skies. Night sky shots are one of my favorite.
I mean, I live in a city, so that's not useful for me, but cool. I was actually thinking of getting one for a little while. Oh, webcam? Nice. Yeah, it's good to have.
Favorite test to run on any
Marcus
new phone.
Brownlee.
And so knowing that they've specifically optimized for it now, this is where it starts to get juicy. The cherry on top is that Samsung has also worked with Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok to integrate this updated night mode and the different zoom cameras into those apps. So when you're zooming in on TikTok, for example, you won't just be using digital zoom like you used to have to do. And then, you guessed it, Samsung seems to finally be getting serious when it comes to video too, which benefits from the light gathering ability and faster focusing of the new sensor. It benefits from the real-time noise reduction thanks to the higher intelligence of this new chip. It benefits from an optical image stabilization system that has 2 times the range of motion and therefore ability to stabilize compared to last year. Man, if this ends up being as big of a jump as it felt like in my first impressions, I'll be a very happy man. Like, Samsung's video quality is one of the only reasons that I constantly keep an iPhone with me at all times. I spent a decent amount of time messing with the new stabilization too, and this is a real jump. This rivals those proper gimbal stabilized cameras, and objects are noticeably less blurry in motion because of it. Oh yeah, and the other spin-off effect of this new camera hardware is that 8K video is actually usable now. It used to be capped at the quite janky looking 24 frames per second, and also not able to use the full camera sensor. But now it can run at a smooth 30 frames per second, which is the frame rate that this video is shot at. And because the new sensor is not just better, but also more suited for 8K, it'll finally be able to use the sensor's entire area, leading to a higher quality, less zoomed in video. This feels like the turning point to which many people will start shooting their phone content in 8K. I probably won't, but some definitely will.
Is
So
there an
what is even
advantage though? Like, who needs it? Who needs? I don't see much of an like. Obviously, it's going to be more like detailed, but I feel like the drawbacks of having an 8K camera are just not worth it. It's going to take up way more storage, especially for cloud storage. It's going to be impossible to share on mobile or look on Twitter or Instagram because it all gets compressed anyway. I don't see much of a point. Unless you're making like a movie, I guess. Why do people still use 24 FPS? I mean, he showed that because that's all the phone could do in 8K. But people still use 24 FPS like in cinema because it's more like cinematic.
More important than all of that, well, it's this chip I've been referencing the entire video. For the last 10 years, Samsung's been fitting their phones with Snapdragon chips for the US and India, and then their own in-house Exynos chips for Europe and Africa. And it doesn't seem to matter how much they tried or how many times they claimed to have finally fixed it, Exynos was almost always a significantly worse chip in terms of both the battery life and the performance. So, the fact that this time around Samsung has finally ditched Exynos, giving every single S23 purchaser a brand new 2023 Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip means that I can finally rest in peace.
What? Rest in peace, die.
Yeah. A brand new 2023 Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip means that I can finally sleep in peace.
That's more like
The
it.
first time in a decade. To check out the 10 gadgets that I actually use every single day of my life,
Well, there you go. There you go, chat. So basically what I said from the beginning, just an iteration, everything's slightly better. If you have the S22 Ultra, what is the point of the S23 Ultra? No, there isn't one. Interesting though. I just want more boxy phones. Straight up, that's all I care about. I want more boxy phones. No curves. I don't care. I've stopped caring about curved phones for a long time. And I'm not meaning like the sides. I like the flat sides, but the around the edges, like the screen itself, I want them to be rectangles. Anyway, Mr. Beast.
In this video, we're hearing 1,000 people's.
Why is the quality so shit? That is not 1080p, Mr. Beast.
In this video,
That's
we're
better.
curing 1,000 people's blindness. It's gonna be crazy.
Most of us see the world like this. But here's the thing, 200 million people see the world like this. But I just made it one less.
Oh. Wow.
She's just one of 1,000 blind people we helped from around the world.
They can't see, but we have all the technology to fix it.
Yep.
I do like how his shirt says C.
Half of all the blindness in the world is people who need a 10-minute surgery.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh my God. I see everybody. Oh, I can see clear. I can jump for joy.
God, I feel bad for these people that have spent so long not being able to see as well.
Yeah, I can see
And it's a 10-minute surgery.
your face, I can see your face, I can see your face.
If you're wondering how the surgery allows people to see again, it's because the lens in their eye got so cloudy that they can't see through it. So the surgeon uses a tiny vacuum to suck up the clouded lens.
Whoa, it's sucking.
And replace it with an artificial one.
I don't want to see it. If they show it, I'll have to look away.
The surgery is that simple. They can see again.
You pay for my surgery?
Yes.
Seriously?
You know what? Here's $10,000. Make your day even better.
Okay. Well, thanks, Mr. Beast.
Is she okay? We're gonna go fix more people's eyesight. She's squeezing hard.
And we're
I feel bad for him, though. Could you imagine, like, friends from his high school that are, like, trying so hard to get back in touch with Mr. Beast? Like, hey, what's up, buddy? You know how we went to the cinema that one time in 2014? We're best friends, right? So when can I have some of that money, right? Like, he must be surrounded by people like that. And also Mr. Beast's relatives, and then their people's relatives. Like, Mr. Beast and everyone around him must be full of those people. That's probably that's like so sad.
just getting started. We still have 980 lives left to change.
There's my watch. I've never seen it before.
Oh my God.
Why do you wear one then?
I had night blindness. I couldn't see. That you just deal with it life.
I'm Nolan, by the way.
I'm Carl.
You're Carl? I know a guy named Carl. Not a good guy.
Moment of truth.
Wow, you are pretty, ain't you?
What's it like? What do you see?
Blur.
How long have you not been able to work for?
4 months.
Did you hear about the cross-eyed teacher?
Wait.
She couldn't see.
Blur.
How long have you not been able to work for?
4 months.
Did you
So it only happened recently?
hear about the cross-eyed teacher? She couldn't control her pupils.
I'm gonna need anesthetic soon.
Yeah, me too.
Oh man, no cloudiness, no blurriness.
Oh, it's perfect.
Now, what's it like?
I can see everything.
I don't need these.
Our next patient is Charlie.
You're not
Hi,
able
Charlie.
to read any of this text on the TV?
No, it's an E or something, I think.
He won't know he won 10 grand until after his surgery. I can't wait to see his reaction.
Charlie sees everything like this, and it's made him and his family's life extremely difficult.
I was a cashier. My eyes was getting so bad I couldn't see how much the money to give back. I just want to get my vision back so I can go back to work.
You're gonna be really happy after this surgery.
We'll see after it.
Trust me, you will see.
When patients go into surgery, there's a chance that they can get their life back. And for Charlie, if the surgery goes well, he can go back to work.
What's it like?
Oh, wow.
All right, let's see if he can read it now. What does this say?
You just won $10,000.
Here you go.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, sir.
It feels good. I didn't think I was ever be able to see again.
Thank you all so much.
I don't want to lose none of it.
I'll hold on to it.
Oh no, I'll hold on to it.
I guarantee people that are complaining about this have just not watched the video.
Donnie, Dr. Nolan.
He's not really a doctor, he's a fool.
Do you need any help?
Wow.
And that just haven't been me for the last 62 years. I could actually see your face.
62. He's lived 62 years not being able to see. Holy shit, I can't imagine that.
Crazy.
Here, I can read this.
When you come out of the surgery, what's the first thing that you're excited to see?
My son, he's been my rock through all of this.
Before the operation, you mentioned the first thing you wanted to see was your son.
Seeing him, seeing his face, that's what I miss, you know.
So you're gonna make me cry.
No, you're good, man. You're good. You're really good, man.
All right.
Oh my God, man.
There you go.
Don't cry. I can see everybody's facial features now. Just a little blurry with my tears coming out.
How's it going?
Okay. Yeah, I've been subscribed to you for like 11 years.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Jeremiah has been blinded
Oh no, so he knows the edgy era as well.
his right eye since he was born, and it's affected his vision his entire life.
Are you excited to be able to see out of both?
Hopefully, if the surgery goes that way.
Because Jeremiah was born with cataracts, his right eye never received light. And that means that this surgery only has a 50% chance of working. I think we go ahead and get it underway and then we'll just talk post-op. And while Jeremiah's surgery was underway, I met another young man named Satchel. Did they tell you I was gonna be here?
No.
Good.
He had poor vision from birth and almost lost his entire vision after a go-karting accident.
All I see is like blur in color. I can barely see like the shapes.
Obviously you can't drive, right?
No, I cannot.
And this is the real reason why we're doing this. Blindness can take away parts of your life.
And you know, I want to drive. Since I can't drive, I'm just at home.
Good luck. We'll see you after the procedure.
I like
He
him. He's
mentioned
staying
multiple
positive.
times he really wants to drive after this procedure fixes his eyesight. So I'll see you at the end of the video when we surprise him with a brand new Tesla. But first, let's see if Jeremiah's surgery was successful. Let's do this. How'd it go?
Good.
Yeah? Are you excited?
Yeah.
Take your time. No pressure.
Everything looks so more clear.
Yeah. To make this day even more special, since you're about to graduate high school and go to college, we wanted to give you $50,000 to put towards college.
I didn't even think this was real. Like I'm waiting to wake up. Oh my god.
Now let's check in and see how Satchel's surgery went.
No, I don't even see any blur. It's kind of great.
Oh.
How are you feeling? How's life been now?
It's been good, you know? I be like looking at the cars and I'm like, wow, I can see that car all the way over there.
That's good if you're gonna drive it.
Yeah.
I have a surprise for you. Do you mind putting on this blindfold?
Hold on.
I know it's a little ironic that we just did the surgery. Satchel, take off your blindfold.
What?
This is your brand new Tesla. If Chris wrecks it, I'll buy another one.
No. Literally, I cannot put into words how I feel right now.
Have you ever driven a car before?
No.
Can you do it immediately after?
Guys who couldn't see a couple weeks ago drive us.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
there's
guess
one
not.
cone you should hit.
Don't hit the cone.
That didn't sound good. So not only are we helping people here in America, but we're also going to other places around the world. Because unfortunately, nearly half the population with curable blindness doesn't have access to this surgery. So I wanted to provide this to as many people as possible.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
I can see. As a thank you, because you were just so gracious in this video, we want to make a $100,000 donation.
It'll bring sight to thousands of people.
Como le digo, me siento nueva.
I see everything.
Oh my God, you are so beautiful. Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Beast. Thank you.
Wow. That was incredible. How'd they get to drive? It wasn't on a road. Shut up, Abbo. God, that was insane. I wish Mr. Viz could go back in time and tell himself, like, yo, I'm gonna make 1,000 people blind. No. I'm gonna make I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. Fuck. What a good video. I fucking hate my life, dude. Fuck this. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. They were all paid actors, by the way. No, what I was gonna say is, I wish he could go back in time and tell himself, yo, I'm gonna make 1,000 people see after they were blind. Yeah. I guarantee, like, all my money, there's not much of it, but I guarantee all of it, that the people complaining on Twitter just haven't seen the video. There's no way you can watch that and not, like, think that's a good thing. Like, yeah, there was a camera in the way, but they do this shit on, like, TV anyway. Would you rather they don't be able to see? And they don't make the video? Thanks, Alan. Somewhere in the parallel universe, Mr. Beast, I'll make 1,000 people blind. Yeah, and that was like, you know, a month ago or whatever. And then this video is like the antidote to that. Oh, fuck. It could be because they're stuck in the past and only see his old self still. Yeah, oh, God. 356 mil on the Squid Games. Isn't that crazy? I've not seen some of these. Wow. I remember when he used to like... I wonder if his old videos are still up. Let me scroll back as far as I can. God, they're still impressive even back then. God, I remember this. Look how young he is there. God, that was only 5 years ago. Isn't that crazy? I was still watching back here, even. God, he only had 50k at this point. Best intros. This is it. Or like worst intros, I guess. These are the old videos I used to watch. Thank you guys for trying to clip that. Did he private them? I wouldn't be surprised, because he used to actually make jokes about, like, drinking bleach and shit. God. This old font that used to be in every thumbnail. Cutting table in half with plastic knives. That would be a good video. I'd do that. I have that exact table from Amazon Basics. Yeah, he privated them. Unfortunate. It is what it is. Yeah, the cringe intros is how I found his channel. Damn, this video did well. Gambling money with scratch off tickets. I think he's done multiple of these. Oh yeah, there's the bleach look. Old Mr. Beast, man. I can't believe it was only 6 years. That's crazy, bananas. Wow. What a guy, huh? Okay, was there anything else I was meant to do on stream? Oh yeah, character AI was something I was meant to look at. There's there's a website called Character AI where you can like they have like random characters. And you can like talk to them, like SM64 Mario. I've seen is a popular one. Psychologist, that would be handy. Elon Musk. Famous people, games, VTubers, game characters. Joseph Stalin V2, Spamton, Bowser, Luigi, Eggman. Make yourself? You can. There is a button here called Create. I don't know how it works though. Name. Greeting. Have you seen the Pokemon Fusion website? I have, yeah. How does this work, dude? Greeting. Yo, I'm live. Hey, I'm Nath. Have you heard of the Wii? I don't know, what would I say? Can you only put one thing? I'm the CEO of low quality content. What's up? Image generation? I'm scared. I don't know what that means. Unlisted, please. Create avatar? Okay, I'll upload my the Nath icon, I guess. Oh! It took me straight here. Sure, let's do that. Edit details. Oh, I didn't choose the it didn't set the avatar. Short description. Twitch streamer from London. I don't know. Categories. Oh god. Anime. Comedy. Debate, decisions, design, discussion. Drama. English, yes, I am English. Entertainment, family, famous people, French, game characters, games, home, language, love, politics, religion, science, science fiction, space, Spanish, technology, travel, VTuber. I'll do. Okay, character voice.
Hey, I'm Nath. I'm the CEO of Low Quality Content.
No, you're
What's
not.
up?
Don't lie to me. A bit loud. That was fucking weird. Anime girl.
Hey, I'm Nath. I'm the CEO of Low Quality Content.
Ew.
What's up?
That's just a woman higher pitched. Okay, is it not? Oh my god, it's not sorted by fucking. It's not sorted by language. Oh god, okay. Can I just search ENGB? Oh, I can, okay. Ryan.
Hey, I'm Nath. I'm the CEO of Low Quality Content.
That'll do.
What's up?
What's up? That's so stupid, it is. That's what anime is? No, it's different language. Yeah, where's Brian? This is fucked up. Bring back Brian. Definition advanced. Example conversations, information to define your character. Oh god, okay. Oh, do I have to talk to... do I have to talk to myself and then teach it? Okay. Yo, I'm good. Just streaming some just chatting content right now. How about you? Is he gonna talk? Can I speak to it? I'm alright, watching the stream while I work. Keep the good content. Coming, boss. Wait, what? What is happening here? Thanks, man. What are your favorite categories to watch on Twitch? What's the plus? Can I send images to AI me? I like variety streamers myself. I'm usually in German or Northern Lion streams. Okay, it's not accurate, but that's solid. Do you play any good games yourself? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love me some Mario Kart, Minecraft. What else do I play? And maybe some Fall Guys or Rocket League every now and then. That's awesome, man. My friends and I like to play with Phasmophobia sometimes. That's not accurate. Let's go, Abo. Well done. I don't know what any of those... Oh, MVM. Isn't that like a Man vs. Machine, like TF2 thing? I'm the only one that has the balls to go into the spooky house, so I'm always inside while they stay outside. I'm rating that a 2 out of... Not true. Oh, so I can just teach it. Not true. Submit feedback. What does the arrow do? Different response? Anyways, I'll stand by for Minecraft. Okay. Feel free to play something else if you want. I'll skip about trans rights. I'm scared. It might say something bad because it's me. Not that I feel that way, but you know, it's an AI. Hey, that's awesome. I'm actually a huge Minecraft and Mario Kart streamer myself. We should play some streams sometime. Yes! It understands. Do you have a Twitter and YouTube? I'm always looking for people who produce great gaming content to follow and watch. 4 stars. Fantastic. I absolutely do. I have the same username everywhere. Just at this isn't Nath on everything. It drives me nuts when people have different usernames on different platforms. This is sick. I want to just talk to myself now all day. Sick. I'll give you a follow and everything, and I'll see you online. Or out there in chat sometime soon. Oh my god, it's actually learning me. Good. Yeah, I'll do. Are you into the how do I ask it about like DS's? What do you think about the Nintendo DS family of systems? I'm a huge fan of the DS and 3DS family of systems. I've been playing on Nintendo handheld systems my whole life and I can't get enough of them. They're such great systems and have a ton of great games to go with them. What would you say is your personal favorite Nintendo handheld system? Oh my god. I mean, I couldn't pick one from the list. Probably the... Oh, I don't know. In terms of OS and like back compat, probably 3DS. And I only had base 3DS growing up. I've owned a lot of different Nintendo handheld systems growing up, so it's difficult to pick just one. Actually, I'm going to rate this 5 stars first. I've owned a lot of different Nintendo handheld systems growing up. It's difficult to pick just one. I owned a DS Lite, DSi XL, and 3DS. But the 3DS is probably my favorite due to its ability to be homebrewed, the more in-depth OS, the widescreen. No, let's not say that. And things like, and extra features. No. Backwards compatibility. And other features like Street Pass. This is too fun. Yeah, I didn't include widescreen. You really can't go wrong with the 3DS, that's for sure. It knows me already. Do you have any favorite / hidden gem DS games that you've played? I don't know about hidden gem. I actually didn't play that many DS games growing up. I mostly stuck to a few favorites. But Mario Kart was always a classic. And it kept me going through many car trips. I love this. I want to just teach it and then people can talk to me all day. You're absolutely right. Mario Kart DS is one of the best games on the system. What about you? What about your favorite handheld system in general outside of the Nintendo line of products? I mean, I've only really, in terms of handheld, I've only really owned Nintendo Now let me preface this. That's a good question. I've only owned Nintendo handhelds except for the Steam Deck, which I got for Christmas in 2022. It's really neat. I'm really entertained by this. By the way, Abo, I'm probably gonna have to go soon, so don't like hold out. If you want to do something, go ahead and do something. Because I feel like if I play Minecraft, it's gonna suck a lot of my time up. I'm sorry. Maybe tomorrow though. I'm gonna stream tomorrow, hopefully. Should we just plan it now and say Minecraft stream tomorrow with Abo? Because I'm down. Like this time tomorrow. Alright, let's do it. Let's revive the SMP. That's awesome. I've always been curious about the Steam Deck. I think it's such a cool piece of technology. What would you say your favorite game to play on it is so far? Pretty good. I've been really enjoying Forza Horizon 4 lately. It really sucks up the battery, but it runs pretty well, and it's great to play with drum and bass music in the background. 'Cause I need. Who needs battery life anyway? I'm a huge DNB and bass music fan too. That's not what I said. Do you have a favorite artist or mix series you listen to? That's bad. Not true. It read drum and bass as DNB and bass. Give us another message, please. That's awesome. Have you had the chance to try any older games on it? A lot of people seem to be emulating older games on the Steam Deck. That's a good answer. It is pretty interesting. I'm looking into doing it myself. That's a good one. Yes, I've been able to emulate Mario Kart Wii, and it's been so much fun. It's crazy how I can straight up run Wii games on a handheld and take it around with me. Controls have been a nightmare because you have to deal with emulators. But other than that, it's been a blast. I want to feed it as much context and information as possible. Can build this myth together. That's awesome. I never knew you could emulate Mario Kart Wii on a handheld. Do you think it would be possible to emulate other Wii games that I've enjoyed in the past too? I also really love the game Bit Trip Runner, so I'd love to be able to emulate it and play it sometime. I mean, that's not true. I've never played that. Not true. I have not played Bit Trip Runner. Oh, I can't even respond to it now. To be fair, Mario Kart Wii is an easier Wii game to emulate with a controller. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna respond like, yeah, you can emulate any game you want as long as it doesn't require the sensor bar, which is a lot of these games. Because that's when it gets messy. That's really cool. How do you say the Steam Deck works as a portable gaming system if you just want a quick bite-sized session? For me, it's hard to beat the Nintendo DS family of systems when it comes to quick play sessions, but the Steam Deck is a very close second. It's crazy how far handheld gaming has come. That is good. Why can't I reply? You've reached the limit for this example chat. Aww, I was enjoying that. Okay, well I've done that. Recognize 23 example messages. Okay. Now what? Save. Okay. Create in chat? Wait. Have I just undid everything I did?
Oh.
What is this UI? You're kidding. There I am. Okay, we're good. And we're right back where we left as well. Yes. Do you think it's possible to emulate other guy? Yes. You can emulate many Wii games using Dolphin, but it gets really messy if the game requires the use of motion controls or a sensor bar like Super Mario Galaxy, as the Steam Deck isn't really set up for motion controls, and you need to emulate the Wii sensor bar / cursor somehow. Actually, I'm going to head out because I actually have to do some packing. Okay, have a good pack, Steven. Thanks for coming. Am I still teaching it? Yeah, I am. Okay. Dang, so it seems like Wii emulation might be difficult unless the game is made with traditional controls / buttons in mind. Yes! Perfect! What about DS game emulation? Have you been able to set that up on the Steam Deck? I've not looked into it just yet, but I imagine it would be very simple to set up. I want to teach this just for like as much time as I can, so that it knows me to a T, and then I can just, like, if I pass away or something, I can just, people can just find this and then just talk to me. I imagine so. Speaking of emulation, I have a few emulators / emulator software on my desktop PC. Which do you use? Dolphin, RetroArch, MGBA, MAME, Citra, PCSX2, PCSX, Dolphin, etc. I use Citra, Dolphin, MGBA, and RetroArch. They've been really easy to work with. I mean, I've used all of them except for MGBA. I haven't used MGBA. Give us another one. Oh, sometime. Sweet, one of the games I've been considering emulating is Pokemon Platinum. Not true, but fair enough. I've never played before, and I heard it's really good. Do you have a particular Pokemon game that you like to play? No. Not true. This is so fun. Ow. I just hurt myself accidentally. Well, I'm enjoying this. Awesome. Are your favorite games to emulate the same as your favorite games to play? I like how it's recognized that I say awesome. I don't know why I said dang. I didn't say dang. Or does emulation kind of let you play games you never got to play when you were younger / didn't have the money for? Hi Anna. Anna, I'm making an AI of myself using character.ai. This is really cool. Two? As you have to say true. Yeah, I've not taught it that yet. I'm working on it. Yeah, chat, everyone say hi to Anna. I've seen this. What do you think of it? That's an excellent question. I mainly emulate the old games to experience them in new ways, like with higher resolution, higher frame rate, and with the Steam Deck being able to take console games on the go. And I've just started this, and I gave it like a DS question, and we've been talking about DSs for like 20 minutes. I love it. I'm so entertained by this. I want to teach it as much as I can. That's awesome. Do you have any old games you'd recommend playing around with? That have these kinds of improvements when emulated. I'd love to try out new ways to experience my old favorite games. That is a good question. That's another good question. But I've not been able to tinker around with emulation enough to... The music's too much for me. I have a headache. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll turn it down. But see ya. Bye, Anna. Everyone say bye to Anna. I've not been able to tinker around with emulation enough to get to really know the ins and outs of it. And if you're still here, real quick, do you like the keyboard ASMR I'm probably making? I don't know if the mic's picking it up. I hope it is. It feels really nice when I'm typing this quick. What do you guys think about this AI? Oh, what happened? Chat error. Do I just say the same thing again? I'm dead. I want to know what the mic button does. Does the AI talk, or do I talk to AI? Oh, it's gonna ask. Okay. No. No. Okay, it's just broken. Okay. Please tell me the website hasn't just gone down. It's interesting. Yeah. Does this happen a lot with character AI? Does it break a lot? Because it does say beta. Yeah, it's not working. Damn. Can I end the chat? Enable character voice, remove messages, view character settings. Why don't I just paste in my Twitter, like... Usually the server overloads. Oh yeah, it's probably peak hours right now. Hey, I'm just gonna... Twitch streamer and community manager from London. Oh, that's literally the character limit. Perfect. What's image generation? Image style that'll be added to every image generation description. I don't know what that means. I'm scared, honestly. Okay. Do I just wait? What does this button do? Share character. Oh. I wonder if it learns from other people then. Or if only I can teach it. That would make sense. Yeah, it's not working. Here, let me let's have it true lol w lol. Fucking true lol w. Okay. I wanna see real quick. Hold on. Celebrate and dance so free. Oh, yeah. I just opened it in like a guest window. High volume of traffic. That's the one. Hey, it's Fate.
There's a dick.
Oh, it's a dick. Thank you for 37 months. Jesus Christ. Thank you. Fucking hell, 37's a long time. Abba and I are getting married this summer. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Faye, have you heard the news? Me and Abba have made plans. We're gonna game tomorrow. This time tomorrow. We're gonna revive the SMP. We're gonna play some Minecraft tomorrow on stream. Yeah, I know, right? Gaming. I've not gamed with you guys in so fucking long. Okay, we're back. Characters may be mistakenly be offensive. Hey, I'm Nate, the CEO of Low Quality Content. What's up? Nothing much. How about you? So it's a new conversation with a guest now. I just want to see real quick. If you guys want to have a chat with my AI, go ahead. Doing good, man. Currently stuck in the London traffic due to flooding. Why are you texting me? But we're managing. Interesting. What else can you do? But was that in regard to the tweet he made the other day? Huh? Oh, no. This is Candy, it is. I'm surprised you can hear it. It's really quiet on my end. I watched the new House of the Dragon episode tonight. Very good, would recommend. Where's your favourite place in London? I like the British Museum. It's free, so great for those low-income days. Okay, none of this is accurate except for this part. I gotta teach it some more. Please let me speak to you, myself. A little too high and a little too low. Oh, there we go. That's another good question, but I've not been able to tinker. Oh. That's what I said to it. It repeated the same message back to me. Okay, I'm gonna remove. Can I just start again? To save and start new chat, here we go. Nothing much. Just excited for tomorrow. I forgot the DMs emote. Hey, oh, here she go, a little too high. Spotify Summer Quests are on, by the way. What's happening tomorrow? Good question. It's Friday, which means it's Tesco day. Time to get some more chocolate milk and snacks for the week ahead. I love how you guys are just using my chat as your chat. I love the taste of chocolate milk. It tastes so good. Do you usually get a lot of chocolate milk? Are you worried that your chocolate milk addiction will impact your job at low... Oh my god. I was not expecting that to be the response. Are you worried that your chocolate milk addiction will impact your job at low quality content? Okay. Where do I begin? Low quality content is not a job, it's a status. Select all labels that apply. Not true, but funny. Give us another one. Michael Jackson has a song called Chicago? Oh, it's one of the new ones. I've not heard of it. Oh, the AI's really struggling on this one. Come on, Nathan AI. No, it's got nothing. Can we go back? And then they're here again? Yes, okay, it's trying. This one came out almost 10 years ago. Oh, it's Gorillaz. I know you're talking about Michael Jackson, though. I recognize the album cover. Oh, nice. I also love chocolate milk and snacks. I love chocolate-covered strawberry gummies. What do you like? That's not true. I do not love chocolate-covered strawberries. Or whatever it said. Here's another one. This one goes out to Bananas Khakis in chat. Oh, you queued it. That's... I thought Fake queued this for some reason. Cock, true. I thought you were gonna type I do not like chocolate milk, and I was like, that's a lie. True. Hell yeah, any specific chocolate milk. Here we go. Okay, it's recognized the hell yeah. Interesting, I guess. I like the... Currently, I'm really liking... I'm gonna have to Google this one. What's it called? The... Like Yazoo do like a caramel version. The Yazoo chocolate caramel edition. What's it called? Limited edition chocolate caramel milkshake. I'll do. It's thinking, but this is a funny reply. It asked how your streaming is going. Quite well at the moment. I just recently completed a playthrough of Elden Ring, and I gave it a bit of a bump in activity. My most watched VOD has over 600 views, and that's a big deal for a streamer of my size. Okay. I'd been struggling for a while, but then I made a plan to make it work, and now the future looks bright. How about you? Do you stream? That's not bad. Sounds great. I love Yazoo milkshakes so much. The banana one is so good and thick. It's probably one of my favorites. Not true. I don't like the banana one. Are you single? I know I'm being a bit direct. Yes, but I wouldn't mind someone to enjoy my Okay, I don't like it that much. I'm not that obsessed with chocolate milk. I know you don't know me that well. No, not true. I have a girlfriend called Anna. That's so good. Someone clip that. I'm not that into dairy products, me. Yes, currently. I'm open to a relationship, though. Still not true. I just told you I have a girlfriend. But I'm not in any rush for it right now. I don't know whether I'd prefer a girl or a guy, honestly. Okay, it knows. The answer has changed a few times recently. Interesting. I know for sure that I want someone who is similar to me, though. And that I would be able to click with. I'm not really that picky with looks. Okay. In general, I care more about a person's personality, okay, and interest because I love dairy products. No, because I'm going to have conversations and memories with them in the future rather than just looking at them and being in awe. Wow, that's a long answer. Not true. Not true. I have a girlfriend and but everything else is true. I don't know why I typed trying there. Sometimes my brain like autocorrects words that I'm typing. Yeah, it's because I told it about chocolate milk so early. What should I ask myself? Who do you main in Mario Kart? Yeah, I'm gonna up the time limit for the song request. I just keep forgetting to. Okay, who do I main in Mario Kart AI? Go on. Waluigi has always been my main in Mario Kart Wii, DS, and 7. Go on. You're wrong, but go on. But I've been using King Boo the most lately. His drift is incredible. His drift is incredible, and I love the look of his car plus gliders. Okay, that's well-founded. Not true. Not true. I main Toad in Mario Kart. Come on, say Toad. He's a ghost now. How do we drift? Exactly. How does he? If he lets go, the car keeps going without him. I'm a big Yoshi. No, I am a big Yoshi fan, but not that much. It looks so funny when you're going super fast or when you crash. It almost makes losing worth it. What? I'm also a Shy Guy. I love the little noises he makes when you turn. Okay, he's getting closer. Not true. I play as Toad in Mario Kart. Come on, third try. I love the... I'm still thinking about the dairy products thing. No! For God's sake. Peach is my favorite and has the most balanced stats IMO. I love her voice acting too. I also play Daisy and Yoshi quite a bit too. Who do you main? Not true. I main Toad. He's so tiny and cute. So it's talking to me as if, and it's going to learn from my responses, I guess. That's interesting. Toad's voice is pretty entertaining too. Have you played any Mario Party games? Ooh. That's a good question. Good question. I've played the two newest releases, Super Mario Party and Mario Party Superstars, but I've not played them in a little while. I should dust them off and give them another go. I keep meaning to clip me sneezing for Abbo when I can because he gets a kick out of that for some reason. You two are so cute. Literally the Portal 2 clip is all you need. Wait, what? Oh, of you two playing? Do you have a favorite minigame slash character slash board from any of those games? I really enjoyed the Womp board from Super Mario Party. It was so fun. The maps in Super Mario Party were ass. It was so fun seeing all the different paths you could take. Smiley face. Interesting. Honestly, I don't have any favorites. I also noticed that it uses the OUR, like the British spelling. Good catch, AI. I thought the boards from Super Mario Party were quite boring and lacking, and the ones in Mario Party Superstars are much better, most likely because they're HD remasters of classic boards from older games. Oh, you literally both posted the clips. Oh, it's fake posting both. I'm dumb. What is this?
The cooperative game is now starting. Sorry, I mean bless you.
I like how his mic like tries to cancel it.
The cooperative game is now starting.
I also like how he laughed immediately after knowing that you were gonna laugh. Oh, you two are so cute. When Fate Sneezes Part 2. Your mic is so loud here, Jesus. Amazing. Why don't I go back to YouTube? How about in the mainline Mario games? Are you a 2D Mario game or a 3D Mario game? 3D Mario fan or both? That's a good question. That's a great question. Well done. Interesting. I like a mix of both, but if I had to pick, I'd probably say the 3D Mario games, just because they're a lot more inventive and unique. I really liked Super Mario Odyssey. I think the unique game elements and controls, not controls, Unique game elements, such as the capture mechanic, worked really well. I messed up my mic a lot last year, and I don't know how, but it changed in like every stream. Yeah, it did. I remember that. Christ. I'm so hungry right now. I know this is a pretty obvious choice, but I absolutely loved Super Mario Galaxy. I love the spacey aesthetic of the Rosalina's Observatory, and how well they did with the fully 3D environment. I loved that it also had a bit more of a 2D side-scroller aspect at times too. And the soundtrack. Oh man, it's probably one of the best parts. I agree. I totally agree. Super Mario Galaxy was very original and inventive. Wait. What did you ask it? Yes, very good. People love to see someone struggle and overcome a challenge. It's the basis for all of human media. Plus, when you're done, you can always cut it up on YouTube and publish it as a highlight reel. Oh my god. Wow. That's terrifyingly good. Chat, for Christmas, my brother got me these. Haribo Straws. I've never had them. I'm gonna try them right now. Oh, they're not as like squishy as I thought they'd be. Yeah. I asked for stream ideas and they gave me some and I was like, oh yeah, challenge seems good idea. Oh. In Super Mario Galaxy 2, we could play as Luigi. Are there any other characters you'd like to see more representation of in Super Mario games? That's a great question. Can you hear the keyboard? I know Toad had his own Captain Toad series, but he's not really had a main role in the mainline Mario games, and I'd like to see that change. Oh, you can? Is it okay? Is it too loud? Yeah, I don't like these. Blech. What else can I snack on? Thursday night, so I have like nothing. I also like to see Peach get a main role, like a 3D platformer type game, like Super Mario Odyssey, but with Peach instead of Mario. Her character design is very cute, and I think more people would appreciate her character. Actually a good point. If she was given more of a chance to shine in games. Hard agree, honestly. Okay. I'm gonna be right back, chat. I'm gonna go pee. And I'm gonna get something to eat real quick. That chair looks mad comfy. It is. It's gotta be to house such a big boy. New Mario Kart track? Piranha Plant Cove, an all-new course for the Mario Kart series, will appear in the Exploration Tour. Ah. Oh, nice. Not bad. Maybe that'll be in the in A Deluxe. I think we'll get a February 7th. Have they ever like tied up anything between Tour and Direct? That's the rumored Direct date? I didn't know there was rumors. There were rumors, excuse me. Battle Shell did not fit in his hand. Yeah. My immersion is ruined right now. Fix that. Fix that or I'm not playing your game, Nintendo. Hmm. This is not chalky milk. Tomorrow, though. Hmm. I really wish Nintendo would expand the Mario world more and give more characters the spotlight. I'd love to see an entirely new game with Rosalina as the protagonist, or maybe even Wario and Luigi. That'd be fun to see, haha. I agree. I feel like we need... Oh, I don't know. I want to talk about something else, but I don't know how to divert the conversation. An entirely new game with Bowser as the protagonist will be really cool too. I just wish they did more with these diverse characters instead of sticking to the same old formula of Mario always being the world-saving hero and the rest of the characters being supporting cast members. True. I want to start a new conversation. I'm going to divert to Mario Kart again. Ooh. Maple Treeway based. It doesn't like one of your messages? Let me show you what I see. There you go. It didn't send? Oh, send it again. Fate Shadowband, real. Incredible choice. I love Maple Treeway, but my favorite has to be DK Summit. The music is so fun and upbeat. And it uses height, I guess. And I like the overall concept. I hope it gets added to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I had typed music tracks of Mario Kart and then segue into music genres. That would be good. Oh, same. That and Dry Dry Ruins. No! Anything but Dry Dry Ruins. Literally the one of the worst tracks. No! Not true. Boring. Give us another one. Oh yeah, DK Summit's a great track. I hope Nintendo remaster a lot more tracks too. I wish they would remaster all the tracks from the Mario Kart Wii. And make a sort of Mario Kart Ultimate with every track from the series in one game, but I don't think Nintendo will ever do such a thing. I would say this, like almost word for word. Are we done? Why can't I rate it? I can't rate it! Come on, I want to tell it the AI it's good. Okay, let's start again. Yo, just hanging out. And streaming some just chatting content. How about yourself? Like the fuck? Just answering questions from my followers on stream. They're crazy as usual. They're asking me what my favorite cheese is. What is with the dairy shit? I don't like dairy that much. Give us another one. Dick cheese. True. I'm actually on Just Chatting as well. Mind if I give you a follow? I love supporting smaller streamers. Hey, what are you trying to say? Sure, go ahead. The more the merrier. My nose has been so itchy ever since I started streaming. Just dropped you a follow and some bits. Keep up the work and happy. Go on. Happy streaming, homie. Don't call me homie, okay? I don't say homie. Thanks, man. What do you stream? It knows I love Nintendo and Mario Kart and Mario Odyssey and Mario Galaxy. Come on. I was gonna say like Jump King. Mostly Just Chatting, but I also play League of Legends. No. And Minecraft. I don't take the games that seriously though. I'd rather vibe with people and have a good time. Okay, that's true. So I guess you could say I'm a variety streamer. Not bad, but I don't play League. I'll go that and then not true. I don't play League of Legends. But the rest is true. Okay, what do I stream now? I stream Call of Duty, Dead by Daylight, and some Mario. Just a variety. Okay, no one has ever done that ever. There is zero crossover between people who would watch a Mario stream and a Call of Duty stream. There's none. None. I'm not playing DBD. It looks so boring, man. It looks so boring. All the gameplay is the exact same. I stream Call of Duty, Dead by Daylight, and some Mario, just a variety of games that I enjoy playing or find super fun. I'm quite bad at a lot of video games, so I like to think I make up for it. I can't rate this one either. Guess I have to save chat and end another somewhere. Right? I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that. What's up? Just hanging out with my Twitch chat. How about you? Currently managing my company, working on new content, and talking to my Twitch chat. It's been a good day. I hope your day is going well. Okay, so I didn't realize it would take CEO of low quality content as like the actual Not true. I am not employed. I'm not employed. Leave it as that. Can I edit view character settings? I'm gonna change it to that. The definition of this isn't native. What does that mean? Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn on the character voice, see what that does. Just hanging out in my Twitch chat. How about you?
Not much really, just waiting for a game to download. What games are you currently playing?
Good question. Lately, I've been playing some Fall Guys, Rocket League. What else have I been playing? I actually don't know. Oh, Euro Truck. Bejeweled, I guess. Bejeweled 3 and a little bit of Jackbox on the side. Where's the voice?
Nice, I've been trying to play more Fall Guys myself, but have been struggling a little bit. Any games you're looking forward to coming out in the future?
Shut up, Abo, shut up. Any games coming out? I mean, the DLC for Mario Kart? Other than that, I don't think so. Not really. It's January, so no new games are really coming out at the moment. I'm still patiently waiting for the next Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave. I'm still waiting for the next Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tracks to release. I like how it knows how I start everything with not much really, nice. Lately,
I can respect that. Any content creators you enjoy watching in your free time?
I have to expose who I get all my jokes from. That's a really good question. That's exactly what I would say. Lately, I've been watching a lot of Mizkif and Squeaks. I also enjoy Marquez Brownlee, Mr. Who's the Boss, and Linus Tech Tips. Cause I'm 0 to 60.
Nice. I've been meaning to watch more tech-related content. Any
Nice.
suggestions for a newcomer to the scene?
I mean, all the ones I just said, to be honest. I'm not a newcomer to tech content creators. Linus Tech Tips is great. They produce a lot of content on a wide variety of tech products across their multiple channels. God, I'm only just realizing I do this all the time now. I say something at the start to prove my point, and then
I'll
I
check them
elaborate right
out.
after. I'll check them out.
Is there a reason why you started streaming in the first place?
I was broke. That's a bit of a random question, but sure. I started streaming because I had recently left my position as community manager at Pixel Tail Games, and I wanted to make my free time useful by learning skills such as content creation, speaking in front of audiences, video editing, social media. I feel like I'm writing a CV now. I've entered like CV applying for jobs role. Social media management. Anything else? And software such as OBS. Twitch and YouTube as platforms.
That's awesome.
I'd
I've
say
heard
that.
of that company before. They're the creators of my time at Porsche, right?
No, they're not.
That game got pretty popular for a while back in the day. What was it like working there?
Not true. Pixel Tail Games created a game called Tower Unite. I'm actually curious to see what it says.
Sounds like it was a great learning experience.
Still is.
Do you think these skills have come in handy to use in your everyday life?
Yes. I'm currently applying for job listings that fit my skill set, such as community manager, social media manager, or marketing roles. Leaked.
Wow, that sounds great. What made you want to join Twitch in the first place? Were you active on the network before streaming?
That's a good question. Yes. I watched a few streamers before I got involved with streaming myself, but I wasn't really into Twitch as much as I am now. I knew we'd end up talking about Twitch. Oh my god.
Did you watch any big streamers such as XQC, Pokimane, or Ibar? What type of content caught your eye?
That's a good question. I didn't, and I still don't really. Well, I didn't watch big streamers back then. I didn't really watch many streamers at all back then. But now I enjoy a lot of bigger streamers such as Mizkif, Squeaks, and who else do I watch? What was in my Twitch recap? Not really anyone else, to be honest. Not really anyone else. What type of content caught your eye? That's a tough one. I would have to say, like, I really enjoyed just chatting content because I didn't have to enjoy the game they were playing in order to watch the stream. In order to enjoy the stream. Enjoy the playing to watch the... I didn't have much time to enjoy the game they were playing. I didn't have to enjoy the game they were playing to enjoy the stream. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I feel like just chatting has a much wider audience and helps and is a lot more relatable and consumable because it feels like you're just talking to someone and their community. Christ, I'm really trading this AI with these answers. Yeah, let me do something real quick.
That's a really good point.
Thank you.
I have to agree. What made you stay on the platform after you started streaming? Why haven't you gone back to working a normal job?
It's not on purpose. I've had some real shit. I've had a lot of... I found it very difficult to... I've been having a really tough time applying to jobs and being rejected over and over, so I've been unemployed since 2022. Well, mostly unemployed because I was Maverick.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you, man.
Hopefully with all the skills you've picked up, you'll be able to land a job as soon as possible. What was the hardest part of starting up as a streamer on Twitch?
Oh, that's nice. That's helpful. It's very kind. The hardest part of starting up as a streamer on Twitch was probably the confidence. For me, the biggest challenge... I'm doing it again. I'm saying for me. That's a really good point. And that's not what I'm saying. For me, yes. Yes. Lately, not really. Lately, I always do that. I say starters all the time. For me, the biggest challenge was being confident enough to hit the go live button and produce content by myself. That was a big challenge because it required a lot of self-confidence. Something I really lacked at the time. It's getting real now, holy shit. I have friends now. I can ditch 95. I have friends I can talk to.
That's pretty relatable.
Yeah.
Do you find that it has become easier to be confident as you've streamed more?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Why am I responding to them as this third person? Absolutely. As I've slowly begun to grow a following and an audience, my confidence has increased, and I am much and going live is much easier knowing that people will tune in and listen to what I have to say. I spelled listen wrong.
That's great. Do you have any specific goals for your channel, or do you view streaming as more of a hobby than a job?
I just want to be I want to keep growing my audience and reach a point where I can safely and securely stream full-time with a steady income. I know that's really, really far away, but that's the dream right now. In the meantime, I want to focus on improving my content and growing on platforms like YouTube, where I am much more reachable and accessible, thanks to the YouTube algorithm and the shareability of YouTube videos in general. My god, I'm typing up paragraphs for each of these.
That's a good goal to have, especially because YouTube can be such a strong marketing tool when it comes to advertising your stream.
That's what I'm
sort of
saying.
videos do you do? Vlogs? Stream highlights?
I do mostly stream highlights, as I don't have enough time in the week to stream, create new content, edit it down, and publish it consistently.
What's your editing process like?
Okay.
Have you considered hiring someone to help you out with stream edits?
It's really loading me now. I'm very happy I started this. Holy shit. Chat, I'm trying to find someone to raid, because it's getting a bit late. I've been live for 3 hours and I have to be up early tomorrow. But I don't know who. Should I raid XQC? He has 53k viewers. I think he could use it. Thomas the Crank Engine. I've made a fanfiction made of old Discord logs from 208. If you want to read, because that is cringe, not this so far. What? I'm good, thank you though. What? Okay, let me just double check something real quick. What's 1018? You in 2018? Are you good? I'm good. I'm okay, but thank you for the offer. Okay, let me check something real quick. Okay, chat. That is a wrap for today. Thank you so much for watching and taking part. I've had a really good stream today. I do like those solo streams, and I'm not confident in. Well, I'm getting more confident in them. I'm doing Minecraft tomorrow. Yeah, let's go. Finally, I've not actually streamed myself like in a group in a long time. Last time was probably the Maricot tournament back in December. No, be less confident. Do more Minecraft. What? Okay, I'm gonna be raiding Hypermanic IRL, who raided us a couple weeks back. Please go follow them. Let's say Nate raid in their chat. I would appreciate that very, very much. They're streaming some Dead by Daylight, so take back everything I said earlier, and keep a tab open for them. You know, drop a follow. Thank you so much for watching. Hypermanic, if you're watching the VOD, it's because I said Dead by Daylight.